and he was doing some good work. And we are live. Welcome to the RDBP episode 8 with your host, Superfly, Johnny Lee of the NiceGuyAndy podcast. And tonight we got a special episode because in the house we got OVW commentator Josh Ashcraft himself.
What's up, everybody? Josh? Doing great. How you doing, bro?
Doing great, brother. So, Josh.
What's up?
Let the good folks at home know who Josh Ashcraft is.
Well, you know, my ex once said there's no explaining him, there's only experiencing him. And I think that's about the most apt description of myself I've ever heard. I am the Easton villain, Josh Ashcraft, currently one of the commentators for Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW, one of the longest reigning OVW tag team champions of all time, and also a man that has been on well over 700 episodes of OVW TV. I'm sitting here right now with you watching classic OVW matches that I was there for sitting in the stands. So OVW is my, it's my home, man, and I love it.
Hell yeah, because OVW has always been a great place to watch. Because when I was watching back in 2002, they had some great talents. Yeah. They still got some amazing talents right now.
Yeah, no, we absolutely have an amazing roster right now. We've got some of the most talented individuals I've ever seen that have come through the doors of OVW. And, I feel like in some ways there are some of the guys that we have that could stack up to, the guys that were around in that 2002, 2003, up to like 08 era. Because, I mean, it was just stacked, jacked, and packed back in those days, man. Every WrestleMania for like 12 years, something like that, every match had OVW alumni in it.
It has.
And right now we're sitting here watching a classic. It's the OVW Championship match between the Damager and Mr. Wrestling Nick Dinsmore.
Who just now put on a crippler crossface.
Yeah, Dinsmore just coming back off of knee surgery, caused by the Damager. Damager had an opportunity at this point in time to be in the WWE Royal Rumble, but lost that opportunity after he assaulted Rocky Johnson.
Yep.
Dinsmore came back and was promised a match against the man that had harmed him, that had, taken away his opportunity to get into the Rumble. And now he's facing off against Damager for the championship. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the type of stuff that really go look it up. Look it up on YouTube.
It is.
Yeah, I mean YouTube and OVW. There's so much OVW on there. We're on there live every single Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, between 7 and 9. Tune in to OVW on YouTube. We are the second longest running wrestling episodic television show in history, and that is true. We beat SmackDown out.
That's right.
We're beating SmackDown out. So OVW has been doing this, developing stars and putting on damn good wrestling, because that's what we do. We wrestle. We tell stories. And that's, man.
Exactly.
To see that we've been doing this for as long as we have, it warms my heart, man. You know what I mean?
Yep, because you've had so many great talents come and go, and they're still showing out. They're still part of OVW.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the current WWE champion, Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
He shouts out 4400 Shepherdsville Road, Louisville, Kentucky.
That's right.
Every chance he gets, and that is where we are still to this day located, 4400 Shepherdsville Road in Louisville, Kentucky. But the difference is now we have the OVW Academy with Al Snow. So we've got, we're watching the Damager right now, but Doug Basham, former two-time WWE Tag Team Champion, multiple-time OVW Heavyweight Champion, is our advanced class trainer. We've got guys like Jay De Niro, who's helping out with the beginners, Cash Flow, who's currently off filming Season 3 of Tulsa King.
That's right. He's a star.
Paramount Plus. He plays the character of Bigfoot, and if you haven't seen it, it's a phenomenal show.
Yeah, you need to go check it out.
It's a phenomenal show. But, we're currently enrolling now for, I believe, our summer semester, our first summer quarter classes. We've got the current quarters still running. And the cool thing about what we're doing now versus what we did here is WWE developmental territories. We teach every aspect of not just wrestling.
Yeah.
But we also have financial management class. We have an
Nice.
English class, an acting class. We have our acting coach, Carn Alexander.
Nice.
He's graduated from Ball State University. He's worked for colleges out in Missouri and Kansas for years, and he's recently relocated back to Louisville. He's teaching the acting class now. I myself am an instructor at the academy.
Nice.
I teach the kids the
Perfect teacher.
best one. I don't know about all that. I tell my kids, look, this is the most loose definition of a class you will ever have. Like, this is very, very work study. I'm going to teach you the down and dirty, gritty stuff. I'm going to teach you how to build a ring, how to fix a ring, how to build props, how to build stages. We're going to talk about psychology. We're going to talk about character. We're going to sit around and watch this.
That's right. Study the tapes.
No, like, legitimately, I do tape study with my kids. I have a VCR. I actually just found an old VCR cleaning out some
nice.
stuff. I'm taking that to the building to put up in the LOB locker room so that my kids and I can watch the actual training tapes that I have from this era that were sent by WWE for specific wrestlers to watch.
Yeah.
So I still have, like, tapes for Sean O'Hare, tapes for, Big Bad John.
Nice.
All that type of stuff. Tag team tapes with, long lists, like handwritten notes of each match and what to watch type stuff.
I think that's great.
And then we also, on the other side of it, we teach camera work. We teach audio, switching. I mean, you get an honest education in everything that, makes up a valuable player in professional wrestling. And that's how I kind of broke in.
Yeah.
Was very much on the fly, learn as you go. Here, kid, go be a ref.
Same
kid,
with the podcast.
Go do this. Here, kid, you're driving the ring truck this weekend. Oh, okay.
Hey.
Like sink or swim. Hey, you're going to start managing. Hey, we're going to have you start wrestling. Hey, you're going to go to commentary. I went through all the backstage stuff. I learned how to switch. I learned how to call times, and I thought it was a great way to learn because I was truly learning.
That's right.
Every aspect of it. So I learned from being a referee on positioning and, being able to get time in my head comes from refereeing and comes from, running production stuff in the back, or rather assisting with production stuff in the back. But, it's to this day given me, I've got a pretty decent sense of time.
Yeah.
Al says it all the time, CTE is real. A lot of us that
It
have been
is.
hit in the head a whole bunch of times, we kind of have a tendency to forget things.
That's true.
But I usually have a pretty good sense of time in my head. So, like, I would a lot of times talk to our referees and be like, where are we at?
Yeah.
And I could kind of figure in just about, okay, we've been out here this long. We should be,
Yep.
doing good business.
Exactly.
I'm still I know that we did the reality show and everything else, but I come from the generation, man, where we still just don't, talk a whole lot about the stuff openly, so it makes me feel weird. But hey, you know what? 700 plus episodes of TV has taught me that there is really nothing that we haven't pulled the curtain back on. But the cool part about it is we're still able to get you.
That's right.
We're still able to hook you in, and that's what I meant, man. We tell stories.
That's what it's all about, because you want the folks to invest in your storytelling.
Well, the thing is, like, if you invest, Al says it all the time, invest in yourself, invest in yourself, invest in yourself. And that's one of those things where if you kind of like invest in your character's mindset, if you invest time into developing who you are as a television character, or caricature rather, version of yourself, it's beneficial in the long run, because you wind up since we're just clean house with a chair.
He did.
I think Smooth Johnny Spade just got laid out. There it goes. Briscoe.
Oh.
Briscoe is down, and good God, that was a stiff chair shot to the top of the head.
Yes, it was.
God damn, do you owe Nick Trans? So, you know, if you invest in your character, if you can believe in, anytime I go out there, I absolutely believe the BS that my guy's saying. Because if I don't, if it's not genuine, if it's not coming across as genuine, then people will understand.
Yeah, the fans will catch on real quick.
Yeah, no, our fans are not uneducated. I mean, professional wrestling fans are some of the most diehard fans on the planet, and it's the old Roddy Piper, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
Exactly.
That's very much what wrestling is. It's, you think you've got it. You think you've figured it out. Gotcha.
That's right.
You know, you're looking at the left hand, and then the right hand pops you in the mouth.
That's right.
You know, that's just the way that it is.
That's professional wrestling in a nutshell. Especially these dirt sheets that think that they know it all, and then they find out, oh, wait,
hey, man,
I've not found anything out.
I look at it like this. A lot of people hate on dirt sheets, and a lot of people hate on these websites and these. My thing is, if it's a huge deal, like CM Punk coming back, if that had gotten spoiled, that would have kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody kind of had a feeling, but truthfully, that night I was sitting there watching with my tag partner, my man, Isaiah. We're sitting there chilling. We're watching the Survivor Series show, and we're like, okay, that was dope. We see all the stuff at the end, starts to run, and we switch channels. Like, we were like, okay, cool. Like, there's nothing else. They're leaving the cage. Like, I've been doing this since 99. I've been doing it since 2011. They got us. I wasn't expecting that. Now it's like, okay, got to watch till the end. Oh, Sylvester Terkay.
That's what it's all about.
Sly Scraper.
Yep.
It was one of those things where it's like, holy shit, I missed that? Are you kidding? I missed that? You know, we all suspected it. We thought he'd be in the cage. Not in the cage. Gotcha.
Exactly.
And
that's
then
what it's all
here he
about.
comes. Gotcha.
That's right.
Man, okay, cool.
And that's how the fans...
And that's how it should be.
Exactly.
Well, I'm not going to insult your intelligence on this. I will tell you the truth, man. Like, I feel, and that's what I'm saying, is when I turn on, I believe it. And
I know.
And that's one of the things.
Because you're supposed to believe it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then the fans are going to catch on. They'll be like, oh, we don't want to watch this no more.
And there's the disconnect right there. You know what I mean? If people can see through you.
Yep.
Whatever you're doing is not working, bud.
Exactly.
You know, it's the old adage of the best gimmicks in wrestling are the ones that are you and just turned up. Well,
to 11.
I'm a Gemini in every sense. Like, cool. Let me turn on the smarmy, sarcastic, smartassy. I'm gonna dare you to a fight. And the reason why I'm gonna pick a fight with the biggest guy in the room is because he's not really the biggest guy in the room. The biggest guy in the room is the ones that are sitting right behind me that he don't see. And when they sucker punch him from the side, I might stab him or hit him with brass knuckles. Who knows?
That's right.
That is the mindset of the character of the East End villain. Exactly. Like, I'm going to do and say whatever I want because I've got the baddest guys with me, and then the moment I turn around, the baddest guys aren't with me. Hey! So you remember that time that I did that thing? I didn't really mean to. I just, oh, God, and now I'm in the air.
Yeah.
And I'm coming to a very abrupt stop somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's what people pay to see. That's what you want to see.
Understand.
You want to see the smarmy asshole get smacked in the mouth.
And that's what it's all about because...
It's my job.
It's you dialed up to 11.
Exactly. And me on commentary, it's the exact same thing. I think Michael Cole said it best a few weeks ago that Pat McAfee doesn't want to ever do production meetings. He doesn't want to know. Hell, I don't. I do the exact same thing. I'm just like,
exactly.
Unless it's extremely relevant or important that I have this information in front of me, I don't care.
Yep.
It's not.
You want to be in the moment.
Yes, it's not that I don't care. Trust me, I care very much, way too much at times, some people would say.
Yeah.
But I'm a passionate guy. And when I'm passionate about something, it's You know, I do my thing.
It's always better not to know because that allows you to
I get
invest.
that. And I get that in the moment reaction because I want to be just as surprised as you are.
That's right.
I want to. My job is. You see all these things, play-by-play, color, analyst, this, that, whatever. Dope. I'm me. I'm
That's
the
right.
villain. I'm the in-ring analyst, play-by-play, color. Anybody got a sandwich or a beer? You know, I'm just kind of kicking it.
That's right.
Guy. That's who I am when I do commentary. I'm neither here nor there. There are some people,
and that's what's needed.
There's some people that the crowd absolutely can't stand.
Yeah.
I absolutely can't stand. There's some people the crowd absolutely hate that I particularly have an affinity for. Does that make me a bad person? No.
Not really.
I love me some Cal Hero. I do.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on with him and Jimmy Olivencia right now, and it truly kind of bothers me because Cal is a great human being, and I don't want to see him. Look, man, I've had my dealings with Jamin in the past, both as a protagonist and antagonist.
Yeah.
But the last time I saw him, he kicked me in the head, split me open.
Oh, no.
WTV, so, like, legitimately, Cal just needs to be careful. But then, you've got people like Star Rider, who I don't agree with the whole revolution thing. That's not the revolution. This was the revolution.
That's right.
But it is the revolution because Leather Daddy Doug Basham is a part of it, and it's like me. If anything I'm a part of, if I wanted to be the Legacy of Brutality, I can make it the Legacy of Brutality. You know
That's
why?
true.
Because there's only a handful of people that can truly walk into something and go, "This is now LOB."
That's right.
And I'm one of them.
And I remember when you were part of that faction, when it was around. That's back in 2021 when I first saw you and Isaiah.
Yep. Boy and his ninja. We started the LOB in 2016, man. It was born out of a conversation that had happened literally a year prior to the day that it happened, like the original.
Nice.
The original LOB. There's so many different versions of it, and I don't want to leave anybody that's ever been a part of it out. But like, I still have that picture of me, Zoe, and High from the night that High debuted at OVW with me and Zoe.
Yeah.
And I've got that picture on my wall at home, and that was like that moment. When that moment happened, that's when I feel like it was born. Then there's the shot of me, Cash, High, and Zoe all standing in front of the entryway at the November 2016 SNS, and that, like, that was the first real LOB run, even though it didn't last nearly as long as people think, man.
Yeah.
We were off and on from 2016 up until, like 2 years ago. Was it 25?
Man.
Yeah, in some way, shape, or form, way, shape, or fashion, the LOB, minus a couple short periods, we were always doing something. I was always doing something.
Yeah.
And even when the guys were together, you put Cash and High together and have them tag on OVW TV, and the LOB's not going, but the crowd's chanting for it because it's Cash and High.
Yeah.
That's things that follow you with people that know and understand. And at that time, people knew and understood. We still get the chance for it.
Yes, you do.
And, it's dope. I'm glad. I'm very happy.
It means you did something right.
Exactly. Man, here's the thing. We weren't... we were just some dudes that had some chips on our shoulders that were looking to kick some ass and not wind up getting arrested for it. And that was the best place to do it, was inside a professional wrestling ring. And the people at, OVW throughout the course of time that have been in charge of, the booking side of it.
Yeah.
Always saw value in the LOB, and I'm appreciative for all of them, and it's been, great. I've worked with a lot of people that, have taught me a lot of really, really cool stuff, as far as, like, I don't want to say booking, but like the motivations of the why and it's not the right time. Whereas, I didn't understand that when I was, younger in the business, because we all think we know everything.
Yeah.
But I've been very lucky to sit under the learning trees of some awesome individuals, Danny Davis and Al Snow, some other people in my career with, good or bad. It's, you learn from everybody. You learn from every encounter. You learn from every experience. And, man, it's been a blessing. It's been a pleasure to be at OVW for the last 14 years behind the scenes and however many.
It's basically your home.
It is home, man. I've literally grown up in OVW. Sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you noticed this about me yet or not, but I'm very much a stream of consciousness kind of individual.
Hey, that's all right.
And if you don't grab a hold, brother, I'll just keep going. Talking is what I do.
James Kendrick said, LOB for life.
Yeah, it's my boy. What up, baby? How you living?
He's a good man. We're going to be actually having him in early April.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nah, man. Kendrick's
That's
going to
be a good one.
Very good people. Thank you to all those that are tuning in. Hope you're enjoying it.
That's right. Because it is, we don't mind you being a string of consciousness because you're giving a little bit of knowledge to the people, letting them know who Josh Ashcraft is. And basically the fact that LOB lasted as long as it did and that it's still remembered and talked about, that means you did something right.
I appreciate that. Man, I don't consider myself a Tracy Smothers kid because I didn't have the pleasure of being able to really go on road trips ever with Tracy. However, a lot of the people that have helped me along my way in my career, I've shared locker rooms with Tracy.
Nice. God rest his soul.
I love Tracy. He was a great dude. He was great to me, but I don't have the relationship with him that other people do to call myself a Smothers kid, but I do subscribe to the thought process of you leave this business better than you found it.
That's right. And
I heard that from a lot of people that really helped me. So by association, I don't mind calling myself like a Smothers cousin.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
That is a good
I'm not I'm just happy to have been able to meet and know Tracy. And once again, I don't know how many times I need to tell you people. If you can't understand it by now, there is no explaining it to you. But this right here is the old Tracy Smothers, baby. And if you don't get it,
that's right.
Sorry about you.
That's right. Whereas James Storm would say, sorry about your damn luck.
Yeah, pretty much. I just had to. It's, again, stream of consciousness, and I just had to throw a shout-out to Tracy.
We got J-Mo inside the house. He said OBW wouldn't be OBW without Ashcraft.
Ah, J-Mo, I appreciate it. Wouldn't be it without you either, brother.
That's right.
We're all same team, baby. Rising tide lifts all boats.
And that's what it's all about. OBW has a great team behind it. And that's why it's thriving. It's always been thriving. Since 2002, it's been going.
Yeah, well, and it seems even before that, when we were Nightmare Inc., you can take us all the way back to 92. And if with just Danny in general, way, beyond that. But Danny, he got it going. He had it going. He had his kids, and it was the Danny Davis School of Professional Wrestling. I actually have the wooden stand-up Danny Davis School of Professional Wrestling thing up in the LOB locker room. Yeah, man. And that's like, JMO says it wouldn't be OVW without me, but, OVW is around before me. It'll be around long after me, hopefully, God willing. And the creek don't rise, my grandma used to say. Yep, I'm from Kentucky. You can tell.
Hey, we're all from Kentucky. There ain't no wrong with that.
But yeah, man, like I take pride in the fact that I have pieces of OVW history.
That's what it's all about.
That didn't get, thrown into a dumpster. Like that type of stuff never should have happened. I have the strap. Well, I have the strap, but I loaned it out to a friend of mine, and SB, if you're watching, I need my strap back.
That's right.
But I have the strap from the Punk Albright match. I have one of the original banners that hung on the posts of the original Davis Arena. Well, the TV original Davis Arena in Jeffersonville, Indiana, over at the Quadrangle. Is it the Quadrangle? I think it was the Quadrangle. But over there on Mechanic Street, the old building, the posts had these giant OVW championship banners and all this type of stuff on them. It's in the background of every shot. I found one as I was doing spring cleaning, as always, at some point in that building, because I had the day off and I had nothing else to do.
Yep.
So I just go to the building and start digging through stuff like, this is trash, this is trash. Holy shit, this is a piece of history. We're going to keep that. Man, I want to keep the history of OVW.
That's because...
Hey, there it is.
That's because the history of OVW is something that should be respected.
It absolutely should be. I mean, the amount of talent that have gone on to have careers in WWE, TNA / Impact, call it whatever you want, WWE, TNA, AEW, New Japan, all over the world that have come through the doors of Davis Arena, I feel humbled to be able to be in the same type of same history book as those guys. You know what I mean?
And all wrestling should be respected, including OVW's legacy.
Yeah, no, I mean, and here's the thing, man. I didn't mean to turn this into a...
No, it's fine.
A OVW love session.
No, it's all about OVW's love.
You had it on the TV, and I can't help it. You start showing me stuff where, like, I'm literally sitting in the crowd for.
That's right.
Timmy Baltimore.
You're getting to see history that you were part of.
Yeah, exactly. And that's dope for me. You know what I mean?
That's right, because for folks that's watching at home, we're watching CM Punk versus Brent Albright in a strap match.
Yeah, man. You know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna figure this out and somehow do a watch along one time.
That's fun. Right.
But we're looking forward to Punk. Punk at this point in time is, you know, hotter than hell coming off that summer of Punk, and he's here in OVW doing his thing, and just
that's right.
Albright gets out of the way.
And for those that don't know, what the Summer of Punk Day is referring to is the original Summer of Punk.
Yeah, the original Summer of Punk from Ring of Honor. Yeah, man.
And this was a great match too.
It was a phenomenal match. Yeah, no, these guys tore the house down. They always did. But you know, I got slightly sidetracked there.
Hey, that's fine.
You know, I like being able to say that I'm in the same type of history book as these type of people, and I feel like keeping the history of OVW alive. See, it's a callback. I came right back to it.
That's right.
Been hit in the head once or twice, but give me a minute, I'll get there.
Love it.
The history of OVW, the relics from the past that, you know, adorn the walls in the Davis Arena in some spots, like, you'll never know where you're going to go if you don't know where you've been.
That's right.
Whether it's a path you've walked before or a path that you've never been on, hey, guess what? There's a path. Well, somebody had to make that path. And if you don't give respect to, you know, the people that came before and left the lasting paths, the good paths, not the ones where you're going to break an ankle because you didn't see something coming or somebody's going to drop out of the tree and, like, stab you with a stick or something. Yeah. I don't know. But, like, you don't want those paths. Those paths,
that's right.
They're overgrown. Stay away from those. Go down those, the ones that are more well-traveled. I mean, I could sit here and spout cliche after cliche, but, Jesus, they're true.
Because it's true. I mean, even in all walks of life.
Comes from somewhere,
You want to go down the right path. You don't want to go the path that's going to set you astray.
I actually have you're absolutely right on that, but just sidetrack because ADD, it's really a thing. Jesus, that thing hurts.
Yeah.
I have a bit of that old ring apron at home.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got the OVW logo cut out of it.
That's the way to do it.
I used to use it on house shows, man. I'd set up the merch table because for house shows back in the day when I first started with OVW, it was just literally a table and throw some shit on it and here you go, here's merch. And I was like, well, okay, you want me to throw all this stuff out? Well, I'm going through all these boxes and it's random papers and here's this and that and why do we have 9 empty boxes for light bulbs in a box? Like, why is this here? And just throwing stuff out and you come across shit and you're like, oh my God, like, I'm going to use this. So
it's like finding treasure.
Yeah, it really is. So I kind of, trimmed it up and all that stuff, put some tape on it, slapped it on the front of the merch table back in the day.
Yeah.
Worked fine for me.
That's the way to do it, though, because whenever you find treasure, you're basically finding history that you can keep.
Oh, yeah,
And
without a doubt.
And that's the best thing about it. That's why I love professional wrestling, because there's just so much historic history in wrestling that a lot of people don't even understand that.
No, they don't. And, you know, that's why I thoroughly enjoy the job that I have as, you know, an instructor at the academy. Because I get to have these conversations with my kids.
Nice.
You know, and they're grown adults, but I don't. It's something that I picked up a long time ago where I don't care how old you are, you're doing this. Al still calls me a kid. I'm a grown ass man. Like
he would.
It just is what it is. But
and see,
you know, I show my Punk went over in that match. I'm a Punk mark. I'll be the first to admit.
Yeah, I love Punk too.
A huge
because
fan.
he was right.
But you know, the thing for me is teaching my kids, like, hey guys, you may have never seen this match because wherever it is you moved here from, you didn't really watch a whole lot of OVW. You watched for Cena and Lesnar and Orton and all that type of stuff, which is dope.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
Exactly.
Just like the people that are in the live chat right now, say what's up in the chat.
That's right. James Kendrick said he was there for that strap match as well.
Yeah, man, that was a good one, bro. That match tore that damn house down.
It was a great match.
But hey, you got a ghost. I just saw something walk past over there.
Yep.
I was like, thought it was just us here. Anyhow, where's I going with that? Oh yeah. So you may not have watched like OVW for certain things, but here, I'm going to sit you down and show you Mike Mondo versus Rafael Constantine, or Mike Mondo versus Chris Silvio. Or I'm going to pull you aside and go, guys, this is Randy Torres. Watch how Randy does this.
Yeah.
Or, you know, any person on our roster from the past that stuck out, you know, that made a lasting impression. If it made a lasting impression on me as a fan, maybe there's something that you can take away from watching this, and maybe it can make an impression on you as well. Because that's what we do.
Because there's a lot of great matches in OVW that a lot of people can go back and watch, and it'll leave a lasting impression on them. Because you don't have to just watch Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Shelton Benjamin, or any one of those guys that came from 2002. You can check out 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007 OVW and see some classic matches.
So long-haired blonde Ryback.
Yep. I recognized him.
Oh, Mikey Batts. I forgot about Mikey Batts.
And that was way back when.
Yeah, no, because it was Babyback and Silverback. It was Ryan Reeves and Mikey Batts.
Yep.
Which is the funniest hell tag team, man. Because like legitimately, I watched Ryan Reeves pick up Mikey Batts at a TV taping, get a running start from across the ring, and Spike Dudley him into their opponents. And at that point in time, the ring itself, it wasn't the exact same setup that we have at Davis Arena, which J-Mo says that it wouldn't be there. Hell, man, me and my dad have remodeled that building like 3 times.
Heck yeah.
More my dad than anything. I just help and try not to screw it up when he tells me, hey, go do X, Y, and Z. You got it, Pop. But, you know, it's sorry, again, sidetrack.
Yeah, that's fine.
You turned on another Punk match. But man, I tell you what, like being able to be a part and grow up in that building has been fantastic, because I get to see stuff like Ryback, Chuck Mikey Batts, like full force from the ring to damn near the entranceway. And at that point in time, that was probably a solid 25, 30 feet. I mean, he just threw a grown man. I mean, you see it here. Like, watch Albright walk from. So we're watching Albright versus Punk.
That's right.
I believe this is before the strap match.
Yeah, this is when they were doing a tag team together. No, it was a
triple threat with Ken Doan. I think this might have been for the TV title.
Yep. December 3rd, 2005.
Yep, there we go. So look at the walk that Albright had from the original curtain to the ring itself, and Ryan Reeves is flinging human beings. Like, dude, that's going to stick in your head.
It will. And Ride Mode from the Final Count podcast said, Punk versus Albright 2006 feud was epic. And Simon Dean versus Al Snow feud of summer 2006.
Oh, yeah. No, those were both fun, just fantastic feuds. Like, OVW had a lot
it did.
Of really memorable feuds. I would say between, that's right, because Doan just domed him.
Yep, with that chair.
Good God, that hurt.
Yeah, it had to.
But, I mean, that was just straight up. That stuff we don't do anymore. Kenny Bolin. So, you have all these guys coming up through OVW, and you see these dope-ass feuds, man. And then all of a sudden you turn on Raw or SmackDown, and there they are doing their own thing. Like, holy crap. I used to watch these guys. Like, I remember when Batista was Leviathan and got conjured out of the Ohio
remember him
River.
being Leviathan too.
Like, that hooked me.
Or what about Shelton Benjamin and Brock Lesnar being the Minnesota Wrecking Crew?
Oh, yeah, dude. The Stretching Crew? Oh, my God. They were just beating people up, and it was dope. Lesnar would use that shooting star press that he damn near killed himself with as a finish in OVW on the regular.
That's true.
And see, that's great. You can see, again, we're watching the triple threat. It is Punk, Albright versus Stone. Punk versus Albright versus Stone. Punk and Albright hate each other, but they hate Doan. So they're going to beat Doan's ass together, but the minute that he goes down, I'm punching you right in your face, just so you're aware. I could care less about you, and I'm going to knock your teeth out, but I'm going to stomp him for a hot second.
That's right, because he's the Dorn.
You know what I mean?
Plus, that's what you're supposed to do if you hate each other and have a trip threat, and you got this guy that you hate more.
I mean, it's just, it's psychology, and again, this goes back to some of the dope-ass feuds that you get to see. These three guys all at one point in time ended up, Punk's Punk, for God's sake.
That's right.
Albright was Gunner Scott for a short period of time on SmackDown, then went on to be NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
I remember Gunner Scott.
Ken Doan, part of the Spirit Squad. He tried to break out on his own there for a little bit.
known as Kenny.
And now he's a producer backstage. I mean, Aaron Mahoney, Goose in the ring, the referee, man. Like,
they all made.
Goose was up there for years and years and years. Goose is a hell of a dude, man.
Man, looking at him, he looks like a young Charles Robertson.
The great thing about Goose, man, is on house shows every now and then we would get an appearance from Goose as an in-ring match, but he would be dressed up as like you'd have the Gooser Taker. Or you would have what's going on, brother?
How you doing?
Oh, I ain't dead
Nice
yet.
guy, Andy.
That is Andy. It's a pleasure to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, man.
But you'd have guys like Goose that would come out dressed up like the Gooser Taker in E-Town, or Hogan, or one time I think he actually came out. Yeah, I could be wrong. And Goose, if you're watching this, brother, tell me if I'm right or wrong. I think he actually either tagged with Punk or dressed up like Punk one night. I don't remember if it was maybe a Halloween show or something, but yeah.
Goose Punk.
Huh?
Goose Punk?
Yeah. Goose
Punk.
Did he come out with the...
CM Gooser, I think?
Did he have tights like CM Punk, and he also had the wrist tape?
Well, if it was Goose that did it, yes. Because it was totally well done. Quick cover. And again, they're going, the point about a cover is not always, you're always trying to win the match. No matter what's going on, your objective is to win that match. You win the match, you get more money. You get more money, you get a little bit better in life. You win more matches, you get opportunities for championships. Championships bring you more money, bring you sponsorships.
That's right.
Then you wind up in Hollywood making movies. You know what I mean?
Like, we need to get some championships.
cash flow.
Yeah.
We need to get some cash, some championships,
Johnny. Think about this. Cash Flow's a star right now. You know why?
Yeah, he is.
Because he won, he made the money, and now he's in Tulsa King.
Because cash is king.
That's
but
right.
That's beside the point. The point I'm getting at. No, it's like, sometimes these covers, you're just trying to take a little more gas out of your opponent's tank. I'm just trying to wear you down a little bit more because I'm forcing you in like a lateral press situation. That's chest contact full on. I'm making you push my whole body off of you and expend more energy so that when you do go to get back up, I can sock you in the face and you stay down a little bit longer.
That's right. Because that's the whole point. Because y'all are inside of a match. And so the point of it is you want to wear each other down. You don't want the other guy to be able to kick out.
Oh, exactly.
Or make you.
Exactly.
It's like a dance.
You know,
like,
Punk smartly keeping his shoulders off the canvas there with that top wrist lock put on by Albright.
Always got to have both shoulders down. But if your opponent is smart, he can keep his shoulder up or can fight off and make his shoulders, both of them, be up.
Yeah, a good neck bridge, you know.
That same with submission hold. If a submission hold is applied, you have to find some way, somehow, to try and keep that person from wrenching back on you. Because if they do and they get it cinched in, you're going to be tapping out. But if you're smart and you're fighting back and you're doing everything you can to prevent it, they ain't going to be making you tap out. You're probably going to be the one that makes them tap out because now you fought. So that now you countered it, and now you got it cinched in, and they made a mistake because they weren't thinking about that.
Yeah, exactly. It's all
ahead.
strategy. And Andy, you're just coming in, brother.
I'm just coming in. I'm sorry for being late, guys.
Hey, it's all right, brother.
It's all good.
My shoot job in the daytime, I work at UPS, and they don't usually work me this long, but like today they worked me until 6, and I was like, I started at 6:30 in the morning. I was like, this is crazy. But yeah, nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, pleasure. I'm very much a stream of consciousness kind of guy, so you're going to get that out of me.
That's cool. That's fine. I am too.
It's been I tell everybody, buckle up.
Yeah,
that's right.
I don't know where the hell we're going, but we're going to enjoy the time.
How long have you been? I guess was it commentating?
Yeah,
for OVW.
Yes. So overall,
do you do in ring announcing too? Okay.
Yeah. So I like to call myself, and it will be a new T-shirt coming out as soon as I can get the design finished up. Jackass of all trades.
Oh yeah, okay.
At OVW, I
think me and Johnny are that too.
I started out in February 19th of 2011. It was my first day officially with OVW. I was ring crew for the London, Kentucky show. Moved from just doing ring crew on house shows to running merch, from merch to doing production stuff backstage and ring crew.
Like how's the merch work? You just you order stuff, or you design stuff, or you go with?
No, I was selling the T-shirts and DVDs behind the table.
Nice.
Yeah. So what the wonderful Rebecca Cady does for us as one of her many roles, and again,
I'm sure everybody has
people wear a lot of hats. Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was selling T-shirts and DVDs and tickets to the next show and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Doing the Carnival Barker almost type thing. And I got pulled backstage to start learning how to do production. Like they threw me in wherever.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Until they were like, "Congrats, you're going to go be a referee on tonight's show."
Yeah, that's how Johnny
Sharp's late.
That's how Johnny started as a fan of the podcast, and he came and was like, he begged my other co-host Sean, which has another day job now too. He said, my cousin wants to come. And just talking about Johnny. And Johnny came to this show, and he came on and didn't really say much the first day. And then after the show, he was like, "Hey man, I want to help. I want to do whatever can." I was like, "Well, okay, just keep coming." So he just kept on coming to the podcast, and then now he went from super fan Johnny Lee to Superfly Johnny Lee, and now we got him. It's like,
man.
I don't know what I would do without him, because I had to take on more roles at my day job, to keep the podcast going, to pay the rent around here. Because sometimes we're monetized, but sometimes we don't make as much money as we should.
Well, I'm not dropping F-bombs.
No,
I'm the F-bomb dropper, but I'm out here showing up and showing out for OVW.
That's probably why we don't make as much money, because we don't censor ourselves very much. We we kind of stay like, we don't say the stupid stuff that sometimes people, but we
may occasionally say the F word.
Yeah, we say that. We say all kinds of stuff. We say all kinds of crazy stuff. We're wild and crazy around here.
I mean, that is us.
One of the nicknames of the podcast is the Rinky Dink Bullshit Podcast.
Yep.
So
I mean, that is fair. You can you can get away with saying shit on broadcast TV nowadays. So
you can.
It's not nearly as bad as it was. Like, I remember I haven't had actual television since like,
I don't either. I don't have cable in my house.
2012. Yeah, no, like, it was just, I was broke as shit.
Yeah.
And And then eventually I was just like, you know what? Everything's going to streaming anyways.
Yeah.
I felt like I was paying this bill, so
Yeah.
I felt like I had to stay home and watch TV because I'm paying this like $170, $180 a
And then they
month.
keep on raising it.
And I'm like, they keep raising it, and I was like, I got to stay home and watch it.
Yeah,
so I was
it's
like, I'm
like-
going to just turn it off, and that way I got out from behind the TV and just started doing more anyway.
But yeah, man, no, like I figured everything was going to streaming anyhow.
Yeah.
And I might as well just, keep up with that because Netflix is really starting to get big.
You
on
guys went to
streaming
streaming,
and shit.
right? You guys are
Yeah, we're
totally streaming now, right?
No, we are still broadcast terrestrially. So
On Louisville, in Louisville?
throughout parts of Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, parts of Pennsylvania, Tennessee.
Wow,
So
cool.
Tennessee yet.
That's awesome.
Bunch of different places. We are streamed worldwide on Triller.
Yeah.
I think still on Triller.
Triller, yeah.
Triller, Fight.
Triller TV.
Triller TV, Fight, and through Facebook. We do live on Facebook and YouTube as well.
Also, y'all got Overdrive.
On Facebook. Y'all are going live on Facebook too right now, right?
Yeah. Every Thursday
Yep,
we
every
do
Thursday.
it. And as I tell people, like when you tune in on that Facebook to the Facebook stream, or you tune into that YouTube stream, man, you're seeing stuff that other people aren't. Because when we go to commercial on TV, a lot of times that match is still going. We're still there with you in that match, which.
And it's like so
Raw's doing on
unique
Netflix
because
now.
being like
Big shocker.
watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can comment and maybe, I mean, I don't know if you got people to comment back. To
Oh
you,
yeah, no,
but-
definitely.
Yeah.
Like I've usually got the live chat. Sorry, how's my audio? Am I good?
Oh, you're
It
great.
sounds
Yeah, you're
very
great.
good.
I will have either like the live chat up sometimes during the show, just see what's going on, and we have our superstars that tune in, like they will sit there on their phone with their social media and they're like watching the show back or whatever, and they're commenting, they're responding. They're
That's just so
interacting.
much.
That's the way to do
that's
it.
such a that's such a more unique, personal thing than it used to be on TV. Like you can interact with stuff nowadays. Like you can interact with a live show.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's about making yourself accessible, but not too accessible.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if anybody can get a hold of you at any time for any reason,
yeah.
why does that make that
Speaking of
special?
live
Yeah.
chats, John Barnes just said something about you.
Oh God.
He said, Josh is a good dude. Pops was an Ashcraft guy. Josh believed in me to continue to be a referee. He also told me if he ever saw me not wiping my feet before I entered the ring, he beat the shit out of me. I'd be honored to ref a match where Josh is managing.
Yeah.
Oh, John, I love you, buddy. Thank you very much for that.
You do some managing too?
Yeah, so I do.
that's where I first saw him.
Yeah, Jack Asphalt Trades thing. So I went from refereeing to managing to wrestling to commentating, back to managing to wrestling to commentating, and over again.
Like, do you just manage an OVW or you manage other places?
Anybody, anyone that'll have me, reach out. Bookashcraft@gmail.com.
I thought I've seen you managing sometime.
Oh, yeah.
One time.
Yeah, no.
Maybe.
Yes, it was an OVW because
Was
I
it?
remember. I think it's around 2022 because that's when I first came on the podcast and we went to OVW. And
Did you go
were
to
managing.
the Courtesy Acura shows?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the Courtesy Acura shows, I was still doing my LOB run. We were wrapping up right around that point in time. So like, I've done pretty much everything.
You're a wrestler too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've wrestled,
Jack of all
managed, commentate, ring announced
What do you
on
like?
house shows.
What do you like the best? Like if OVW said, "Hey man, we want you to do one thing and you get to choose," what would you do?
Ooh, manage.
Manage.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm having a blast on commentary right now. Linda Kay and AJ McKay and I have just been knocking it out of the park the last few weeks, I feel like, and it's been a whole hell of a lot of fun. But my heart's always going to be in managing, because the thing is, I'm not just I'm going to stand here and wave my hands and try to make all the attention about me. No, that's not me. Like I'm
As a manager.
Yeah. As a manager, I'm very much, I want to use the tools and skills that I have to enhance whatever talent it is that I'm managing. So like, if I'll give you an example with the Legacy Brutality. So we were the longest reigning OVW Tag Team Champions of all time, both consecutively and combined. 584 days, 583 days, something like that.
Good number.
But we did Freebird rule on that.
Okay, yeah. I think everybody should do that.
My man Isaiah can talk. He can do it all, man. But he never spoke. He was like my silent assassin. He allowed me to speak on his behalf because he let his actions in the ring do the talking for him.
Yeah.
Cash, I used to love cutting promos with Cash because, Cash and I would banter back and forth and we'd play off each other very well in those promos and stuff like that. At ringside, I think of myself more as like less of a manager and more of a corner man.
Yeah.
An outside observer because I can sit here and, I'm calling things out, not just beat his ass.
Yeah,
He landed on that shoulder weird. Wrench it.
That's how you
put
do
the
it.
hold on. Yeah. Crank upwards. I'm throwing instruction to my whoever my charge at the time is.
That is a good manager. What a good manager should do.
And even on the kayfabe side of it, I can see shit that you aren't because it's like Al always says. Everybody can they forget that there's a forest around them because all they're doing is staring at their tree. Well, brother, I'm on the outside. You've got what you got?
Trecia said, Ashcraft, I fucking love that guy.
I love T and J-Mo. T and J-Mo are amazing people, man.
Oh, they came in here and blew us away with their story.
Right?
I didn't expect that story.
J-Mo caught
because I didn't really know J-Mo's story, and then he came in and told the story. It just blew me away, and I really look up to that guy a lot now because he just
I was
and
so
his wife,
excited.
They both overcame a lot, and they seem very, very happy now.
I'm not gonna lie, like legitimately, I was going. I hope he doesn't mind me telling this story if he's still watching. Hi, JMO, I love you.
Yeah.
Before they found out that he got a donor, before they found out about David, I was legitimately going to go get tested to see if I was a match, just because if I could, I would do. Yeah, whatever to
apparently
help
has
out.
a very rare.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I don't know, but I'll try. And then it was within a couple of days, I think, of having that conversation with them, they hit him up and they're like, "Hey, let's go." Come on.
It was weird. The story he told was that the liver matched
everything.
It was almost like his liver and somebody else.
Yeah.
That was a great story.
And I think that the guy
one of the best stories that has been told on this podcast.
Well, and the thing is with J-Mo, man, so very early on in my career, I crossed paths with J-Mo, and to see the journey that he's been on from where he was when he and I met to where he is now, and truthfully, her journey, on everything, it's been. It's amazing and it's inspiring, man. And I don't think...
And him getting well and being okay made her be able to look at herself, and then she's lost a bunch of weight and changed her body and changed herself.
Yeah, it's all been hard work.
They both seem...
it's the effort.
You look at them as a couple, they're going to the gym together and working out. They're
happy.
I want to see them in a year or two. They're going to be jacked and just...
Oh, without a doubt.
Great looking couple,
They're happy and they're healthy, and that's the most important thing to me, because these people that
some people don't look at that. Some people think I need to get this money, and then you got your health, you take it for granted. You
have to think that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that.
J-Mo says that make each day better than your last, and it's like, I don't see why that would be a bad thing. That's a great
moniker.
It's a great moniker. It's a great philosophy to live by, and if you're just trying to be better today than you were yesterday, then man, you did it.
That's right.
I'm proud of you.
Exactly.
And like I told J-Mo, I think that the man that they got the liver from would have won him that liver.
Without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm going to quit blowing J-Mo because he's done put you over enough.
And Tricia said, Ashcraft is the best.
Aww.
And she said, every day is better with Ashcraft.
Oh, well, thank you. I love you guys. Thank you so much. So I really appreciate it.
We'll go back to the heel manager.
Yeah.
I always see a good heel is turns into more of a bad guy when he has that guy in the corner that's the mind, like a mind that would help him. Like he just seems like having a good manager heel just boosts a good heel wrestler. Like
That's right.
with no
I
doubt.
agree. I agree. And that's, and that goes back to me talking about how I would see things at ringside, and I've developed the type of relationship with a lot of the guys that I managed, where if I saw something and I called it to them from the floor,
Yeah.
they would either look at it and go, not right now, but now it's in their head.
Yeah.
Or, oh, okay, I will either do that, or maybe if I do it, but I do it like this, put your own spin on it. I'm never going to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
But, hey, you've got an opportunity and an opening right here to do this.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to
you know,
snap mirror you down. I'm going to put you in a chin lock. The crowd's getting restless. They're booing. They're chanting boring. And now you're freaking out and you want to get back to your feet. Sit your happy ass down. You ain't going nowhere.
Not a
Exactly.
lot of people understand like that's a stage, and it's not just a ring; it's a stage. And me and Johnny been in. We did it on a very small level. We had a match between us, and when you're up there, even if there's 20 or 30 people in the audience, which there was probably 60 or 70 in our audience, it's like it's easy to lose the story that you're trying to tell.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, you're up there and you think that everything should go so fast.
Yeah.
And you're going so fast when all you need is somebody to say, maybe somebody from outside of the ring say, "Hey, slow down a little bit.
Yeah,
Hey,
because-
you're losing. You're doing too much. You're losing this. You like a manager needs an outside. Hey, slow down. Come here. Slow down a little bit. You're you're losing the story here. Let's tell a story. Let's do this way.
One of the things with like Big Zoe,
Yeah.
was I would always say to Zoe, I would yell it at ringside, no wasted motion, no wasted motion.
Yeah.
Because when Zoe had taken some time off and he was getting kind of back into the swing of things and getting back into it, and when they paired us together, I was like, okay, I didn't really know him that well, but he jumped in the ring truck and rode with me as I drove it down to E-Town for a show, and he told me his story, and he had, he'd been wrestling before, and he took some time off for family and school and stuff like that, and he was getting back into it. And I was like, well, I'm happy to help any way that I can. He goes, well, if you see anything, and I'm paraphrasing here because God knows my memory's dog shit. But, as well as, hey, if, you see anything, tell me. I'm like, I will, because I am blunt.
Yeah.
I'm very
That's
direct
right.
and honest. Like,
And that's what
I'm not going to
people need
sugarcoat
that
shit.
though.
That's what we
Some people
need.
need that though.
Yeah, brother, I don't
need
have
that
time to sit here
sometimes.
and blow smoke up your ass. I'm going to tell you
Me and
either
John-
yes or no, and here's why you're an idiot.
Me and Johnny are the same way with each other.
Yeah.
Johnny, you're doing this wrong. Do this. Do this. He tells me, hey, he spells for me. Like every time I'm trying to write something, he's like, hey, he'll tell me something, and he'll also spell it for me because I got dyslexia and I don't spell very good.
And wrestling needs
I'm glad
stuff
that your
like
nose
that.
is on your face. If they're on your ass, you wouldn't smell very good either.
I know, right?
Oh,
I know,
man.
right? Exactly.
But that is the truth. We need people in wrestling that can be blunt, because
Gotta
there's
be
too many,
blunt
there's too many
sometimes.
people that want to be they want to be good, and they want to hold people's hands to it instead of telling them, hey man,
it's not.
you're doing this wrong, do it like this.
We got the fortunate to go down to UCW Caverna Superstore, the 25-year anniversary this year, and
I was
I
there
don't know
watching
who
Johnny
booked
Spade
this.
getting-
I don't know who booked this match, but we had Maximo Suave and Kyle Maggard versus Jack Vaughn and Marty Clay, and man, those four guys know how to work a crowd.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, Maximo and Jack Vaughn, they worked that crowd so well, because you know what?
Yeah.
All Maximo had to do was like, I could do that thigh slap too. Brings up his hand. He's
But
got
they
the
did-
pants all invested. Falls
But
down.
they didn't have to do a lot of like moves, flips and this and that. They didn't have to they had the crowd, like they grabbed the crowd without having to do all that physical stuff. They used their psychology, and I was like, man, I was thinking to myself, any wrestler should watch this match, because the four guys in this ring, just know exactly what to do, what to say, when to say it, and their timing is great. And those guys, I don't think hardly any of them like had. I know Kyle Maggard and Marty Clay had worked together a lot, but I think they all just kind of like knew, like for some reason they just knew what to say and what to do at that time. It was like, if you get a chance, like, did they record that? They recorded it somewhere.
Yeah. I think I've seen it up on Facebook. Like I said, I went to watch.
That was a great.
Oh, it was
to watch Smooth Johnny Spade get inducted.
Yes,
into the Hall of Fame.
Was you down there?
Yeah.
He came up to me and asked.
That's right.
Yeah.
We did get a little interview with you. That's right.
Got a little quick one. I think I missed.
Did you get in the ring?
No. I just
didn't.
I filmed your interview.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then I hit him up immediately. I was like,
man,
we ain't got no one in studio for Wednesday, so
all this stuff.
No, dude. Like
together.
I said, I've been hitting that a lot.
Yeah. Exactly. Me too.
But no, it's one of those things for like Spade was one of the first people that I met, like when I broke into OVW.
Yeah.
Spade to like Tony Gunn.
Yeah.
And I was down there to see Spade, and I was down there at the table with Jack hanging out just for a little bit.
And Jack, right. How amazing is that guy, man?
Oh, Jack,
former Muldoon.
How is he not in WWE and AEW? Like, how's he not? Like, does he not want to be there because he's got the skill set, I think, and the personality?
Maybe it's just not the right moment.
Well, that's true.
I was thinking maybe he don't want it.
No, and here's the thing. Like, this is my opinion on it, and that's all it is. It's my opinion, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody got them, and they're usually pretty shitty.
Exactly.
But, like, my opinion is, I said for years when I broke into the wrestling business, like, I want to go to WWE. I want to go to WWE. I want to go to WWE. No matter what it was that I was doing, I wanted to be there. I am glad that I never did.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
To this point, not yet. And here's why. I wasn't mentally prepared for it. I wasn't smart enough to the business to do it.
Yeah.
From everything that I've heard from everyone that I know that has spent time up there, it probably would not have lasted very long or been very good for me.
You'd probably bumped heads with Vince, probably.
Not even so much that is, again, it goes back to the whole, I'm not going to bullshit you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to shoot straight with you. And if you don't like it, well, okay, then let's fix that. Why don't you like it? Yeah. Because if I'm wrong, if I am in the wrong, I will 100% do whatever it takes to either right that wrong or at least put the situation to rest so that we can move forward.
Yes. If everybody had that,
rub people the wrong way.
If everybody had that attitude, I think it would. I think things would work better.
Yeah, like I don't want to hold anything like that. You know, life's too damn short to hold grudges, man.
It is.
I'd rather put something to bed and move on with my life than carry yet another stone in a bag on my back. For years. Now. Would I go now? Absolutely.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, well, I'm not going to lie. If they had called me then, hell yeah, absolutely. But now I know in hindsight, because it's 2020, it would have been, probably a mistake then. However, any of these companies now that, AEW, TNA, WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan, anybody, if anybody would be interested in, any of the skills that I had, I'd go.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just not the right moment.
That's right.
For Jack, because if he goes, maybe he gets lost in the shuffle because of X, Y, or Z.
Yeah, that's true.
But in 3 or 4 months, that X, Y, and Z is not going to be a focus anymore, and that's where you can then come in. And maybe it's a year, maybe it's 2 years. Look at the Outrunners. One of the first
yes.
people. I know you got a comment in the chat. Give me 2 seconds, I'll get it out.
That's right.
But because guys, seriously, I don't know if you're okay with this. Q&A, throw shit into the chat. I'll answer. Right. Let's chat.
That's right.
It's a chat. But Shiloh Jones, Old Truth Magnum, first time ever refereed a match. He was a part of it. It was him and Man Beast Ted McNailer. First time I managed a tag team ever. It was him and Eric Locker. I wrestled him in a 3-way match with Big Zo and Beef versus the Outrunners and Doug Basham, of all people. So, Shiloh has been, in a bunch of different moments in my career, and as long as he's been doing it, now he's getting his flowers. Now he's getting that run. The guys that have been doing this stuff on the independent scene and carving their path, carving out their own name.
Yeah.
We are in that wrestling resurgence again, and it's the guys that have been toiling away on the independent scenes, trying to, but for the damn love of the sport, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And it's great to see them start to get more and more attention and spotlight and things like that.
And it's always good to have the motivation to have inside your mind that you may want to go to WWE or AEW or some big company. But at the same time,
if somebody wants to pay me money to do anything professionally wrestling related, so like I don't have to work a day job.
Exactly.
I said it for years and I'll say it again. If Hunter's in charge, if Hunter wants coffee and my entire job is to be there before he even knows that he wants coffee and or his cup is cold.
Yeah.
And that's what I have to do. Shit, brother, I'm traveling the world.
Yeah.
I'm seeing all these sites and places.
That's
and
right.
I'm getting paid to do it with people that I like.
that's right.
It's an endless summer with your friends. Who wouldn't want that?
Joshua
That's what
Absom
we want to
said-
do. We would love to do. I would love to do this full time. But I don't get to do it as much as I want to.
Joshua Absom said, he came with me to support. Dude is amazing. Josh is an incredible talent, a veteran for the younger guys, and even a better friend and human.
Oh, thank you, Spade. I appreciate that. I love you, Bubba. Very much.
One of the original Revolution members.
One of the original members of the Revolution.
That's right. And Ramo want me to ask you about the 6-man tag that you had with War Machine versus TPT, Danny Davis, and Jeff Jarrett.
Man, that was a surreal type of match to be a part of.
Yeah.
Because maybe, God, it was me and Big John and Eric. So I had been managing them for maybe 6-ish months, if not, maybe even less. Like, it hadn't been very long that I had been with those guys, and all of a sudden, that might have been a year. I don't know. Again, CT, it's a real thing. I know I can't use that as an excuse for everything, but I forget a lot of shit. It was weird going from the heel referee to now, holy shit, I'm in a match with Jeff Jarrett, who's in the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
And I'm taking the stroke from Jeff Jarrett for the finish. Okay, well, this was not on my bingo card for life, but I'll take it.
He's such a legend, Jeff Jarrett is.
He was a really nice guy too, man. Like he was super cool to me. I've interacted with him a handful of times after that, and Jeff was always very polite and kind to me, and that's
I've always been a Jeff Jarrett fan. Even when he was back in WWE, I was a big Jeff Jarrett fan. Always, I just thought he was the coolest guy.
He was.
Yeah,
man.
He'll hit you with the stroke.
He'd always say, what did he say? He would say, what would he say? What would he say? The stroke when he
slap nuts.
Slap nuts. That's what he would say. That's
slap nuts.
I love that.
Don't forget when he took that guitar to Beetlejuice.
Oh
man, I tell you what, I'm not gonna lie. I did ask, is like, so am I getting hit with the guitar? They're like, no.
Oh, why not?
I was like, why not? They're like, you gonna go buy one? It's like, well, considering I'm a broke indie wrestler, no, I'm not.
Now every time you see one at the Goodwill, you're like, grab it. I don't know when.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt. Like it's gotten to the point.
Jarrett's going to show up.
Well, no, regardless, just like I've got a guitar backstage at OVW that's been broken, but it's not so broken that I can't put it half-assed back together so I can use it again at some point.
Jeff Jarrett may show up at some point.
Put that on the shelf. Hell, even if he doesn't, I have a list of people I'd hit over the head with that damn thing.
That's
who else hits with the guitar? Elijah, right?
Yeah, Elijah. Honky Tonk did it back in the day.
Elijah,
I remember Honky Tonks.
Yeah.
Honky Tonk was. I always liked Honky Tonk.
He was one of the first ones that I saw using the guitar. Then Jeff Jarrett, then Elijah start doing it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he does it like Jeff Jarrett.
No, Jeff Jarrett's crazy with that.
Well, and
he brings it way.
I'm sorry, and I'm gonna get heat for this, and I don't give a shit. One of the best to ever swing a guitar is finally getting put into a WWE game, and that is New Jack.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah,
New Jack should have been inside WWE game a long time ago.
Apparently, Nick Khan is a very big fan of New Jack.
I mean, that's awesome because that means that New Jack finally gets his flowers.
Man, I downloaded the damn game, and all of a sudden it's like the Sandman is in this. I've been making him in video games for the last 25 years.
I love the way the WWE now is embracing every wrestler and putting them all in the games and just giving them all contracts and just giving them and just like and letting them come. You know, like they're putting Lex Luger in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and I almost guarantee you Sting's going to say is
definitely got to have Sting inducted.
I mean, he's going to have to, right? And then you know. I know he's got contract with AEW, but like, you know, if he, hopefully they can work something out. I mean,
I mean, at this point in time, I think the great thing about Triple H being in charge of WWE is
he's a wrestling fan.
Yeah, and he understands, like, hey, man, we don't live in a bubble.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, he's a big fan of all these guys.
Look, prime example. Look at their storytelling.
Yeah, and their affiliation with TNA.
Yeah,
anything is at this point in time in wrestling, man. Anything is possible.
I wish they would get a affiliate. I wish they could AEW and WWE could get along a little bit and maybe trade.
Bro, I thought it would have been great when Punk came back.
Yeah.
When Punk was back in with AEW.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been dope as hell if he had showed up for the Rumble.
Oh yeah,
and then had MJF hop a guardrail and pull his ass out over the top.
Yeah.
And then now you did good business for both because we got the pop here. But you guys are going to be able to get to pay off in the long run, and it's good for everybody.
I can't wait to what's this? Jack Perry goes over to WWE. I want to see that match like crazy. It'll happen at some point. I mean, it's too big of a match, right?
I mean, think about it.
Too big of a match, right?
I mean, think about it in wrestling terms. Two people that hate each other can put aside their hate to make
for money. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, for money. I don't have to like you to make a shitload of money with you.
That's right.
However,
I want to see that match.
However, there's also going to have to be a lot of I don't want to say apologizing or eating crow, but both sides would have to.
Both sides should do it.
Like I said, man, I don't.
Like
let me try to bury a hatchet.
Bury a hatchet.
If you don't like me, that's totally fine. Like oh no.
But if we can make, I don't care if you like me. If we can make money together, let's make money together.
Exactly. You know, it's the same thing in life too. Like if
it's like AEW and WWE, y'all can make money together.
Right.
Get this shit together.
You know, you asked them to ask you questions, right?
Yeah, I choose to answer what I choose to answer. So yes, I do think that the best French fries are absolutely at rallies.
And Tricia says, can you think of a time you were managing and something didn't go as you wanted, so you had to improvise and turn it out better than you hoped?
Shit, yeah. More than I can count on on any of our hands. Because the thing is, like, oh no, I screwed something up. Who gives a shit? Nobody knows.
Yeah. That's
you
right.
You don't know that I just forgot to do like 4 things. But guess what? I found a way to fix it. And
That's
you're
right.
wiser.
Exactly.
It means I know how to work.
Yeah.
Or, well, okay, I won't say that. I'll say. Because then I know the next thing I say, oh, yeah, you know how to work. No, yeah. God, T, why are you going to put me on the spot like that? Because now I got to try to pick one out. Okay. Yeah, okay, here's a good one. I got booked. Myself and Isaiah, we got booked for a show as an actual tag team.
Yeah.
Not a wrestler and a manager. They brought us in as a tag team. And I was like, well, you know, he's just my manager now. Like, he doesn't really do a whole lot of in-ring stuff anymore. And I was like, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. We went out there and we turned it from me managing High into it became a tag team match. And I managed to get a concussion due to an errant kick during said match.
Oh, man.
It's fine. It is what it is. Shit happens.
Yep, it's not ballet.
It ain't ballet. Shit happens. But I couldn't go back out for the main event because I was supposed to manage Cash.
Yeah.
Against Madman Fulton. And I love Fulton. Fulton's a good brother.
Good one.
And I was pissed. Like, I couldn't stand up without getting sick to my stomach and almost throwing up. And I'm like, all right, we got to pivot. We got to change this entire finish and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, what were you doing? I'll just go do it instead. Right. So High goes out with him. They changed up on the fly a bunch of the match, and it wound up getting like a hell of a reaction at the end of the night. Like, so it was the main event. And High going out there was able to be more physical and believable than it would have been if I had done some of the things that they had done. So I know it's kind of a roundabout way of answering your question without answering your question, but I answered your question, T.
That's true.
You just got to roll with the punches, man. And, like, if I had done it, I would have gotten this reaction, but because they did it, it got such a bigger reaction. And as a manager, that's what you want.
That's right.
Let me ask you a question. What's it like working with Mick Foley?
It's a blast.
I bet it is.
14-year-old me that met him at the Carl Casper Custom Auto Show in Louisville would not believe that, damn near 40-year-old me has been doing commentary with Mick and have shared locker rooms with Mick on multiple different occasions over the course of the last few years.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And James Kennedy said, legit, he can bring in big money Lawler and Dundee.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, as I said it before, I don't have to like you to make a shitload of money with you. But the only way I'm going to deal with it is if there's a shitload of money involved. Because otherwise, if I see you in the street, I'm going to try to walk it off. But, you say the wrong thing or provoke. Well, I said it earlier. I'm a Gemini in every sense of the word. Like, I'm actively trying to be a much more laid-back individual than I have been. And, that's been a journey I've been on for the last 5, 6, 7 years. But, like, it's one of those things where that part of me is still there. Yeah. That will swing on sight, and that's part of what I use for, when I turn into the villain from me.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like I Lawler Dundee, man, like that was good shit because you hit your friends harder, but if I don't like you, I fully expect you to probably lay some shit in.
Better.
If you don't, maybe it'll fix our relationship. But if you do, you give what you get.
Maybe they'll start respecting each other. And
that's the other thing too. Like
that's why I want to see. I want to see Jack Perry, CM Punk at some point. I want to see that.
I want to see Punk just slap the dog shit.
I think.
Me too.
I really think that whole Jack Perry gimmick with him being the scapegoat. I thought that was a great idea.
Fantastic.
But they killed it.
They killed it. They did. But I thought that was a great character. Great storyline, but they kind of messed it up. I wish they would have went either further with it because Jack Perry could have been a bigger star than he is now. I think
my thing with stuff like that is I don't work there. I don't know what they had going on, and I don't know what possibly changed or is either going to be better or worse for the situation. So I just sit back and go, it was what it was. I would have liked to have seen it go a little bit further because the thing with me and Jack Perry is like I genuinely don't like Jack Perry's character.
Yeah. Jungle Boy character. Or
no,
just his character.
Him on this screen in general grates my nerves.
Is that good or bad?
That's amazing.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Because for him, I don't know the man. I've never met the man. He's doing a good job. And I'm not going to assume that he's an asshole because somebody that I don't know told me he was an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm going to let my own interactions and experiences, dictate that. However, he's managed to craft a persona enough that makes me want to go, you weaselly little shit. I want to choke you. I just want to choke you.
I mean, you know who did choke him?
I've never liked CM Punk.
You know how Punk
I've never
him?
been a big CM Punk fan. I never have been.
But you got to see Punk choke Jack Perry.
In WWE, I am now. I mean, I'm a big Punk fan now, but I never was ever. And I just thought that he was just so arrogant and just such a prick, like just always. But like now, I feel like that he came back to WWE. And he's been working with everybody so good. I'm a big fan of his now.
Yeah.
Which I never was, ever.
Now, you see, I wouldn't have done what AEW did. They showed the footage that shows Jack Perry getting choked out and Punk being word for word right about everything. It was weird.
My name's Bennett and I ain't in it.
Yeah.
My name's Paul and that's between y'all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's right.
I love when we started doing this podcast,
bro.
we started watching AEW, and I've always been an AEW fan.
Yeah.
Back when WWE was trash before Triple H.
Yeah.
And I really
in the trenches.
I really think that wrestling is great with WWE, AEW, TNA, all the big, everybody doing it.
I had said it
Together,
earlier in the
yeah.
podcast before you
Yeah.
got here. Like
Yeah.
we're on, we're on the upswing of
Yeah.
another wrestling resurgence.
That's
Like,
right.
It's not hit a high.
I see
and it's
OVW
not
getting
gonna be-
bigger.
Yeah, and it's everybody can see. And here's the thing that pisses me off, though. Like, you're like, oh yeah, well, the show sucked for the last X amount of weeks, or the ratings were down because, brother, when you climb a mountain, it's not a straight triangle that I'm
That's
just
right.
going all the way to the top of.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to cut back here. I'm going to have to dip down a little bit there.
That's
to
right.
crawl back up over here to get even higher over there. It's a journey.
Yeah.
Shut up and trust the process.
And
if
what-
it's wrong,
Yeah.
and it's the drizzling shits, it won't be around for much longer. Because unlike prior regimes in this business,
Yeah.
unlike prior mindsets in this business, every single one of those fans that's sitting in that crowd right now, everybody that's watching right now,
Yeah.
all of you are the reason why we're able to do what we do. Because if it weren't for y'all, we're literally just dudes in tights and boots slapping each other in the face in an empty arena. And we don't kink shame in this family, but I mean, hey man,
That's right.
it's not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Tricia has another one for you.
hit me.
She said,
Yeah.
or some of your friends just murdered you. What has been the favorite part of your career besides meeting her, obviously?
Wait. Hit me with that one more time. I'm sorry. I'm
She
deaf
said,
here.
or some of your friends just murdered you. What has been the favorite part of your career besides meeting her, obviously?
Man. Favorite part of my career. Honestly, being an instructor.
Nice.
Like, I look at the last 14 years of my life like I've lived like 4 different lives, man. Like, each one has its own eras and its own good times and its own dark periods. But, like, I loved running it. If you ask me what I could do over again, that last championship run with the LOB when we were running hot and we were on top and just kicking ass, not even bothering to take names.
Yeah.
And just running roughshod because we had a lot of fun and we got to help elevate a lot of people. But overall, being able to teach, being able to give
Nice.
back, being able to help mold the next generation of stars at OVW is phenomenal to
Yeah.
me. And that goes for every single person that's in our locker room. Like, I don't care if you're just one of the new trainees that come in and are still trying to figure shit out, or you've been doing this for however many years. If I can do anything to help assist you, meet expectations and exceed expectations or get to bigger heights, or cool.
Yeah.
How
That's
can I
right.
help? Because your success is my success. I had a hand in it too. I just want to see everybody succeed.
I
man.
love OVW because you guys are so close, and then like a lot of people that we've been following in the smaller indie shows. So a lot of them just can keep on ending up over there, and it's like y'all have Miss Larkin right now over there. Like
Yeah.
she is, man. I
Chris
think
Crow came down there.
she's
Yeah.
so phenomenal with her storytelling, and her character work is just amazing. Like I sit and watch some of her skits sometimes, and I'm thinking this lady is.
Terry Chris Larkin says you must always report to her before you mention Larkin.
She is amazing.
Well, I tell you, I think what you're seeing now is people forgot that we were there.
OVW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people
I think so.
kind of just fell off a little bit because of whatever reason. And the guys that had been there busting their ass, plugging away, keeping it going, like, we fought hard to make sure that we were still there and relevant. And we worked our asses off. And
Yeah.
yes, I will put myself in the same breath as people like Adam Revolver.
What do you think
Great one.
Guys like that.
What do you think what happened to turn it around?
Netflix.
You think that?
Oh, yeah.
I think y'all were doing it before that.
Well, no. Okay, so
Like,
I think that the talent and all of us that were working
Yeah.
our ass off,
was it Al showing up?
it was a perfect storm
Yeah.
of things. Because technically, I was 1% minority owner of OVW at one
Nice.
point, and then Al came in and announced he bought it, and I'm like, oh shit, well, I guess I'm not 1% minority owner anymore. But no, like we were doing great things. We were busting our ass to build it, and then Netflix came in.
Yeah.
Which is why I answered with Netflix, because we had done everything within our power to that point,
Yeah.
and we had reached a point where we weren't going to be able to get any bigger than we were at that point in time without the right boost.
So
Just a little bit of a bump to help me. I can't reach that ledge.
Uh-huh.
Can you
do we credit?
Help me out.
Does Matt Jones have a lot of credit for that to bring in?
I think
Netflix in.
I'll give Matt credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Matt Jones, people have a complicated relationship with Matt.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a genius, though.
My relationship with Matt
Yeah.
is a little bit different
Yeah.
because, again, I'm not going to bullshit you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you stuff that you don't want to hear. And he's not used,
Yeah.
I don't feel like he was used to that. And coming into wrestling was very much kind of like a culture shock. And I think that's where the original disconnect with Matt was. I think Matt had a hand in definitely helping us out with the Netflix deal. And I think all the partners did, even the ones that didn't get,
He's shown on the
Netflix docuseries, because they really came in and, they were able to help with what Al was already building.
Yeah.
And once the series took off, once the series aired, I feel like it reminded a lot of people. And when I say people forgot about us, it's not like they forgot that we were there. They just forgot what we were capable of. And that Netflix series showed some of that. Now
it was like, look at what's going on over there.
Yeah, and my
you got Matt
issue-
Jones, you got Al Snow, you got all these guys over
Sure.
there fucking fighting over this OVW. It was so exciting when all that happened. It was like so exciting to see, and it was like when I watched it, it was like, this is great.
I'll tell you the truth. One of the things that pissed me off the most about that series was they they missed some opportunities to get some perfect shots of like the behind the scenes of what really goes on.
Yeah.
Because they filmed enough for 2 seasons worth of shows.
Yeah.
Like I think Matt said something like 2 15-episode seasons they had enough for. But the ring truck.
Yeah.
We're driving to the middle of nowhere. I don't even remember where the hell we were going, but it was legitimately like a dirt car track.
Yeah.
That we got booked in somewhere in the middle of Appalachia, and I'm in the truck with Revolver, Damone, Joe Mack, somebody else. It might have been Buzz Backlund. It might have been a little Buzz.
Nice.
But we're in the ring truck, and we got to about E-Town, and we're getting a hell of vibration. We can't figure out what it is. Pull over, check all the tires. I don't see anything anywhere. Like, I don't know what's going on. There's no flats, so we just keep going. Maybe when they loaded the ring in last time, they didn't strap it down right or tight enough, whatever. So we get that vibration. We get down there. We drop the back. Oh, yeah, the ring's cockeyed as shit. Cool.
Oh,
so,
no.
that's probably what the problem was, right? Set it up. We load it back in the right way. Get it all strapped down together. Start driving back. We're still getting that vibration. Okay. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't the ring strapped down wrong.
Oh, man.
So we're like 6 hours away.
Yeah.
We're driving back. We hit E-Town again. But we stopped at Buc-ee's, it's one of those, damn, we're tired, we're ready to get home trips. We hit E-Town, like, man, I'm only about 45 minutes out from the building, and bang, pop, what the hell was that? Oh, we blow the tire completely and wrap the tire around the axle.
Oh, no.
On the side of 65 at like 4:30 in the morning. Great.
Oh, it always happens at 4:30 in the morning.
Always happens like 4:30 in the friggin' morning.
It always happens at 4:30.
So we have to like wait around. We have to get a ride. We called, somebody to come pick us up, and we all piled into the car, get back over to their place, and spread out from there. I've got to come back the next day and fix the ring truck because it's got the ring in it. And we've got TV because this was a Wednesday night, and I was driving back.
Wow.
And it's a TV taping. We don't need the ring for TV, but we need to get the truck back because we have shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I turn around and I'm like, you guys want to come with me? Like, I'm mic'd up and everything. And they're like, no, we got to film this thing over here. I'm like, you guys are seriously going to miss this, but all right, cool. I'm laying on the side of 65. The cars are whipping by. All of a sudden I get a phone call from Eric Cornish. It's like, hey, is that you laying under the truck? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. He goes, okay, I just drove past you on the way to Louisville. Let me bust a U-turn. He busts a U-turn and comes back with like waters. It's July, dude. We're roasting out there. I'm trying to fix this fucking tire. Sorry. Yeah. Trying to fix this tire.
Oh, you're good.
And all that. And like,
no camera crew wants
no camera crew. And it's like, dude, this is the stuff that like, this is the real
this is
side
what people
of
want to
wrestling
see.
You don't realize, or like,
the fans want to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, or like we're all goofing off one night at the bar for like my birthday, and you get to see the side of all of us like actually letting the guard down and having a good time.
Yeah.
And there were only like sprinkles of that throughout the show.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, man, but that's like that's the real part of it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful for the entire cast and crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we were the cast.
I wish there was a season 2.
The crew, yeah, man, and I think Raw going to Netflix is what did that. Is what killed that off. I don't know for sure, but I mean, yeah, I would assume so. Because think about it, this is already something they had filmed prior to signing a contract with the WWE, and I highly doubt the WWE would want Netflix promoting any other wrestling in any way, shape, or form other than them after that contract was signed. Because if you've got it in the can and it's already there and it's already on your network, I can't really say shit about that. Yeah. However, going forward, if me and you were dating, you're not bringing your ex along with you and helping her get set up with some new shit too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Ramos said that OVW ring trucks throughout the years has been through much. In like 2009, I believe it was the truck caught fire on the way to Cincinnati for a house show.
Yeah.
How old is this truck? Like 60s?
No. We've had a handful of different ring trucks at this point. No, yeah. One time it flipped and caught fire. Had a bunch of the boys in it. I mean, dude, that ring truck, I've been in it when certain people driving it clipped gas pumps.
Oh, no.
It's like, the f are you doing, bro?
How big a truck is it?
The one that I think we got right now is like an F-350.
Oh, okay.
It pulls
a
30-foot
big,
trailer.
Right?
Yeah. No, it's not like huge, but like we've had one where someone drove it and
Billy
wound up.
Starks? Yeah. That's one of you guys. That's one of your guys, right?
Yep.
Billy's been with us a few times. Yeah. Billy's a product of Grindhouse Pro Wrestling, man. Which I look at Grindhouse like, it's family. It's the brother company, sister company.
Oh yeah.
Ronnie Roberts.
Yeah, it's amazing to see her on AEW. She's a huge star. I think
she's always been phenomenal.
Yeah,
man.
She's great.
She's always had some. Billy's always been special.
That's right.
And I'm again, all these companies, wrestling is on the upswing again, and like I want to see all these companies succeed. It's not like the Monday Night Wars anymore. It's more of a, brother, wait till you see this.
That's right.
Exactly.
You did that. That was dope. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. But
Watch this.
Tune in. Watch
That's
this.
right.
Watch
Yeah,
what
look
I
at
got
her.
going.
She's such a sweetheart.
And that's the
Look
way
at
to
her.
do it.
Stephon Smith, referee Stephon Smith,
Yeah.
former
Heck yeah.
OVW Tag Team Champion, good old rump thump.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, half the people standing in the ring right now in AEW, you have Mercedes Moné and Justin Roberts, the only people that, to my knowledge, have never graced the Davis Arena. But
That's right.
Maybe one day.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe one
Challenger
day they
from
will.
Louisville, Kentucky. Billy
Look at
Starks,
her. She's
former
awesome.
ROH Women's World Champion.
She's awesome, and look at her. She deserves she deserves this so much.
Oh, she
OVW
really
is
does.
also on Tubi.
Oh, yeah, we're on Tubi as well. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Ramo said he also saw that OVW is also on Tubi.
Brother, we're on just about anything. Hell, we're on Carrier Pigeon if you really want to watch us.
That's
I'll
right.
find a way to get that
Exactly.
show to you. That's a
right.
promise.
We'll mail it to its leg and we'll send it your way. It might not reach you in time, but
Well, you know.
you'll get it.
Yeah, you'll get it eventually.
That's right.
Oh, Thump looks so good, man. He's got himself into such great shape.
That's true. Hey,
He's
we've
doing
had
so great.
Jake Cloyd on here. Referee
Yeah?
Jake Cloyd. We've had Jebediah Blackhawk and
I love Jeff.
Snake Williams Jr. Good people.
Oh, yeah, man.
And we've also had Maximo and Amazing Maria, man. I tell you what, Maximo had one hell of a story that
Oh, yeah, he does.
that can't be topped.
Well,
The Kevin Nash one.
yeah.
Maximo's so cool, man.
Max is good peeps,
He's
man.
an awesome guy, man. He's so good.
When he told me his
You
idea,
got one of our.
for
You
Jack-
got our champion over there, Icon Lee.
Yeah,
He's got our belt.
Yeah, he's there, too. Look, Billy Starks is on TV.
yeah. See, that's what Icon deserves because Icon.
He's a great guy.
He does
He really
a lot of
is a good
talking.
guy.
Though.
He's just got, you know, he's got something special about him. The problem with it is I don't think he realizes what it is yet, and I don't think anybody else knows what it is yet. But if he's willing to be coachable,
Yeah,
there's something that can be done with that.
yeah.
That's true.
But coachability does not always translate into everyone. And I don't mean that in a
He's
bad way. I'm
jacked,
not
man. He
saying
stays in
anything-
the ring. He stays in the gym. He's jacked. He puts in the time. He's a good kid. He really.
I mean,
is.
that's, you know, I'm stoked for that. I want to make sure that everybody, I want to make sure that we all do well, because the thing is,
yeah,
what one of us does reflects on all of us, and we have to be our brother's keepers. We have to look out for each other. So
Yeah.
we have to make sure that our brothers and sisters in the business are
That's right.
getting the right advice and not the wrong advice.
Exactly.
So
But-
what advice would you give Icon? I mean, I hear that a lot about him, and I don't see it myself, and maybe because I'm just a podcaster and I'm not backstage with him.
I'm just going to pivot away from that one because we've had our conversations.
You've
and
had your
we're-
conversations with him.
we've- Yeah, no, absolutely, because I want to see him succeed. I genuinely,
Yeah.
I genuinely want to see everyone succeed, whether they think that I do or don't. I do. However, my way of showing my love and affection
Yeah.
can be a little bit more gruff than others.
Hey, sometimes that's
And
needed.
again, I'm very much I'm not going to bullshit you type of guy. So coachability is a big thing in our business.
And you gotta
And
be
a
willing to
lot of
listen.
that comes with time too.
Yeah.
Because like even me, like there were a lot of times I thought I knew absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And it's like I didn't even know. I didn't know shit. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And I think and none of this is a knock on him at all as a person. It's just when I'm a passionate individual. And when I'm passionate about something, I'm going to give you the honest truth. And if that's not what you want to hear, I'm the wrong
that's exactly
person
what we
to
hear.
ask.
That's right. We
You
need
know what I
that
mean?
boldness.
Yeah, and I
But
think
at the
he
same
needs to hear
time-
that.
Well, and that's, you know, and like I said, he's a young talent that I feel he has something. We just have to. When I first started out as a manager, I had an
Yeah.
idea in my head of who I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When I started out, though, I'm in a suit and tie with an earpiece in, and I'm a used car salesman, sports agent. It wasn't me. But it gave me a base. It gave me something to start with.
Yeah.
And I eventually evolved over the time that I've been there into the person that I wanted to be. The person that I want to be now as a manager versus the person I wanted to be then are two completely separate individuals. And I had the right people along my path going, maybe you dial that one back a little bit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe we try this instead of that. Maybe we do that. Well, I mean, it's an okay look, but... And then eventually I realized, like, these guys have been right the entire time, like the advice that I was getting. And I was smart enough to listen to a considerable amount of it and smart enough to ignore a considerable amount of it that I knew wasn't going to work.
Exactly.
The difference was I took that advice, whether I liked it or didn't like it, and I sat down and I picked it apart. Okay, is this the right thing for me? Is this the right advice? And I'm going to look at this logically and step back and pull ego and everything else out of it and go, okay, how can I transition from, or how can I pivot from, or how can I change this to, until it fit, until the advice that I got either fit, or I carved away the fat that I didn't need and boiled it down to its core and took that away. And
that's what it's all about. It's all about accepting critique and listening, because that's wrestling.
And I think that just
obviously we're talking about Icon.
Well,
still.
no, I'm not just talking.
But like, is he just difficult? Is he too much? Because he's a friend of mine, and I'm sure he would love to hear. I mean, and you've said you've already told him.
I've known him for the better part of the last 6-7 years.
Yeah.
On a personal note, outside of wrestling.
Yes.
So I know him. No, I know the difference between James and Icon.
Yeah.
And
does he not turn it off sometimes when he needs to?
The conversations that I try to have with James when he doesn't understand and he is Icon.
Yeah.
That's where we butt heads.
So he just leaves Icon on too long.
I just want to see him succeed, and I think he doesn't. Yeah, I think he looks at me like the cousin or big brother or classmate that was a couple years ahead.
Yeah.
Well, he's playing a couple games. He's playing wrestling, and he's playing this social media guy too.
Yeah.
I mean,
look,
here's the social media thing. He thinks.
Here's where it boils down to. I said, look, man, do me a favor. Don't do stuff that's going to make you look dumb on social media. Don't try to knock on doors or make a lot of racket outside of a door that's not going to get opened at this moment.
Yeah.
Because there's no payoff for what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's just, it makes you look silly.
James
then,
but he's monetized.
That's fine. I don't have anything
so
wrong
he has
with
to
that.
he has to do that because he has to make money.
And I understand that, but at the same time, everything that you do has an equal and an opposite reaction, right?
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
So just because you think it's going to go one way doesn't always mean that it is.
Yeah.
And sometimes when people lean in and go, hey, man, yes, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be able to take that yes, but and pick it apart, because genuinely trying to help.
Yeah,
exactly.
I have no ill will towards any single human
I don't.
being
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. And the reason why I'm talking to you about this because I really like Icon.
Hey, you know who else does?
And,
James Kendrick. He said Icon needs to learn to keep his mouth shut and listen to some of the veterans. But other than that, he's an all right kid.
He is an all right kid.
And
he
like
really
I said,
is.
none of this is. I won't ever say anything about someone that I won't say to his face.
Yeah, and I would say the same thing.
That's just how
and
I am.
if we're sitting here talking about him, it's in a positive manner because I want to know, because
I want to see him succeed.
He's came to us and he's my champion.
Yeah,
and he takes that belt and he wants to show it off everywhere,
which I love.
Yeah, which is great for us because my
phenomenal.
belt's everywhere.
Yeah,
and I want to see him do good. And when he first started becoming the podcast champion, he wasn't at OVW.
No. What pissed me off? I'll just tell you what pissed me off. Because he and I had the conversation.
Yeah.
Pretty much anybody with an earshot heard the conversation as well. Of bro, tagging people in other companies that you're not about to start something with.
Yeah.
That you're like, now you're the little kid trying to punch up.
Yeah.
Look at me, look at me, look at me, look
Yeah.
at me, look
Well,
at me.
he does that. He wants people to look at him. He does.
But the problem with it is when you have people that are on that type of platform like Trey Miguel that turn back around and verbally smack the shit out of you and tell you, keep my name out your mouth.
But he loves that. He wants that
I'm
anyway.
sure that he does, but guess what happened in there? Maybe
yeah.
if you paid more attention to X, Y, or Z, I don't remember Trey's exact response to it.
Yeah.
But maybe you get better bookings than OVW and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now you have someone that's on a national platform and a national stage that's taking a shot at all of us. All of us.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
because of something that you did.
Okay, so you're.
I am my brother's keeper, right?
Yeah, he's like, okay, so he needs to calm it down because he is representing OVW too, right?
Kenny Bolin told me that years and years and years ago, and I thought he was full of bullshit because I had posted something with a bunch of profanity or something because I was on a pissed off day on Facebook way back, and Kenny reached out to me privately and was like, "Hey, just so you're aware,
we had to do the same thing here with the podcast. We had a guy that comes on here and he gets us great views. Is a very funny person, but he's got some he's got some issues and other stuff. So we had to like separate ourselves from him because he was. We don't know when you're going to do something just that's going to be like, hey, those guys are with that guy and he's this.
And again, it's not. And you have to reflect and think that. Everything that you
not all
do,
about you.
Yeah.
That's
like
right.
if you leave here tonight and you go do something stupid, well, it's not just going to be dude does something stupid. It's going to be Nice Guy Andy from the Nice Guy Andy podcast.
Yeah.
Just drove his car through a bunch of baby chickens and kittens and stuff while smoking meth.
Exactly.
So now the whole show is shot.
That's why I can't smoke meth like I want to.
Well, I know, but that ice ain't legal here, baby. You go to Washington State, they get you whatever you want.
That's right.
They'll Narcan you up.
I just want to smoke meth all the time. But I can't because I'm on the podcast.
On the table.
That's all. That's all.
You got your priority.
But I can't do it because I love the podcast more than meth.
Exactly.
Okay.
But does that make...
No, it does.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
And that's what I mean by being coachable. Being coachable is being able to step back and go... Shit.
Hey, know that you're part of this team and act that way because you're representing us too.
Like... If you want to cut promos on anybody else that you're, and somebody said something the other day like, well, look, The Miz does it or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, those guys probably know each other. They're probably friends and they're going to banter back and forth like that. Yeah. It's not going to lead to anything and everyone's aware that it's not going to lead to anything. Of course. But it's haha banter. Yeah. When you run into that situation where now it's
maybe contacting behind the scenes, hey, I want to throw a jab at you. Will you throw a jab back at me?
Reach out and be like, hey, brother, XYZ, what do you think?
That way we can say something that's cool.
Because I've even had to be told to do that type of shit too. And the thing is, I'm never going to give someone bad advice. I'm never going to tell you the wrong thing intentionally. Yeah. I will tell you, hey, I don't have this answer. Let me take you to someone that is smarter than me that knows this answer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because now I'm going to learn something too. But again, that's coachability.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit what you look like, where you're from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brother, you can identify as a tree for all I give a shit. Yeah. I don't care. Straight. If you're coachable, I will find something for you in this business.
Yeah.
It may not be exactly what you want it to be. You may not be the dude standing in the ring at the end of WrestleMania holding up a championship, but you could be that dramatic ref or that ref that made that dramatic 3 count that ran down the ramp and slid in at just the right second, or the camera guy that's like, I've been watching this dude work for years. I know exactly what he's going to do. I'm going to get in position for it. Yeah. And you get that shot that's replayed time and time again, or the guy in the truck switching. Yeah. If you have a passion, you're coachable, there is a role somewhere for you.
That's
However,
right.
It may not be the one that you envisioned, but you are just as important as anyone else in the locker room. Every single person from our concession stand to the people that take ticket money at the door, the guys switching cameras, the guys with the cameras, every single bit of that is just as integral to the show as me, as a wrestler, as this, as that, music, whatever.
That's right.
It has to work together. But the only way that you're going to be able to be successful in that is if you're willing to be coachable.
Exactly.
Okay.
You got to be willing to
I mean, I understand.
listen.
I mean, I didn't.
I'm just trying to break it down for everybody out there too, because like that's the
I get
one.
that. I get that about him,
And you
like
did it
from
the
a
right
lot
way.
of wrestlers. It's like, I mean, icons are. It's like, like I'm like, I just why? Because I don't get that myself, you know. And then like the internet and Facebook, he gets views and views and views, which is great for us, you know.
No,
But
like
he should
I'm
not
not mad about that in any
He
way,
represents
shape, or form.
us. I guess he represents us in a way that we want him to represent. But like, I guess.
But I don't like how he tagged Trey and Trey throws over W.
Well, yeah, I don't like. I mean, I don't like that. I mean,
'Cause that's
exactly.
weird.
But
exactly.
regardless,
But me as a podcaster,
Yeah.
I want him to be in. You know,
No,
and I
so
don't.
here's
And I
the
don't
thing,
tell him
like-
to do that. I don't. Don't get me wrong. I don't tell him to do it.
oh damn, I was gonna fight you when the camera went off. There's the rest
I
of my
love that. I
night.
love that he does whatever. You know.
But no, like for real, I'm the amount of views that he gets. It's amazing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's fantastic, and I'm
Yeah.
extremely excited for that. However,
Yeah.
how do you do that? So like again, we're all part of the same team, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so if you are like I'm not a hey Shallow and Randy.
Yep,
Exactly.
there they are.
Excuse me, Truth and Turbo. So like I don't really care much about a whole lot of sports outside of my Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't either. I don't
or the
watch-
Wildcats. Everything
Eagles
else
won.
Unless people are unless people are getting punched in the face, I usually don't watch it. However, let's just talk about say football for a second, okay?
Yeah.
If you are the dopest quarterback that we've got, right?
Yeah.
I need you to throw to like my best wide receiver.
Yeah.
I need you to hand that off to my best running back. I need you to be behind my best center or whatever, right? We all have to work together because
Yeah.
the cool ass shit that you can do, I can't do.
Yeah.
But you can.
Yeah.
How can you use that to not just help yourself, but help everybody else out that's on that team with you?
Yeah.
How can you bring those views? And I've said this before and I'll say it a million times, and I don't care if I get told that I'm wrong. It's the truth.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit how many social media views you have. How many tickets did that sell? How many people were motivated to legitimately get up off their comfortable couch
Exactly.
with the beer and the pisser 15 feet away?
Yeah.
Did you motivate them to get off their couch, leave their house, come sit in an uncomfortable chair next to people they don't know, usually? Maybe they do. Who knows? I've got lifelong friends that I've met from wrestling.
Yeah.
Yep.
But did that click? Did that like translate into a dollar value that is noticeable in your pocket today? Did that?
I think maybe.
did
I
that
think maybe
view-
some of his like. I think maybe some of his social. I think he's probably had some people come up there and hey, who's this guy? I want to go up there and see that.
I'm not talking about just him in general. I
Yeah.
just mean overall.
Yeah.
You know, when I
And,
get that,
and we're
that's
talking about the
question.
quarterback, but Icon's not the quarterback.
Well,
He's
no,
more
he
like-
might not be, but he might be that. He
Yeah.
might be that badass,
no.
show me the money PR guy, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so how can I
Yeah.
use your skill set to overall enhance this entire product so that we can all make more money off of
Exactly.
it in the long run? Because at the end of
Has
the day,
anybody like talked to him about, hey, let's maybe you should do this and this? I mean, has anybody as people went to him and be like, hey,
I can't speak for other people. I can
Yeah.
only speak for myself, and we're beyond that.
Yeah.
We're at the point where I'm saying legitimately anybody that's out there, like the social media shit is dope. I
Yeah.
love that people are getting views for wrestling, but at the end of the day, if those people don't buy tickets, if you can't put asses in seats, then that place that I'm going to film all my
That's
cool ass
right.
videos at, or I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to go do that.
Yeah.
Well, that place don't exist anymore. And now you're going down the road and you're trying to do it somewhere else. And if
Yeah.
they still don't come out there, that place is not going to exist anymore. And so on and so forth.
DJ
If you
Easy.
can't motivate them to get up and get out,
yeah.
then
That's what we try to
Exactly.
do. That's what we try to do here is because we go to shows and we take clips and we
Yeah.
post them all. So we give them little snippets of what wrestling is like in Kentucky and
Sure.
and we're hoping that we've tagged these people, and we're hoping that they go, oh, Appalachian Mountain Wrestling is right down the road from me.
Yeah.
They're having a show.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go watch that guy, Cal Maggard, and fight that Stan Sierra and Marty Clay.
Marty Clay.
And Marty
as
Clay.
well.
And Marty Clay looks like a really good guy. And OVW is like that too. You know, I mean, we came up there and got some shots from you guys.
And that's what I'm talking about with, you're using your reach. You're doing it for yourself, which is perfect. It's a selfish world. Yeah. It is what it is.
Well, we do it because we're fans.
We go out alone.
We do it because we're fans, and we didn't find any other way to be part of wrestling other than doing this. You know,
no, and that's totally cool. But what I mean is, like, you're doing it. It's benefiting you, but it's also benefiting everyone else, so it can benefit you even more in the future.
That's right.
Because I think I've said it before. If you're the dope-ass talent that's the main event that everybody's wanting to come see, well, guess what? I'm on that show, and I'm on that show earlier. So they're going to come, and they're going to see me. Now that's an opportunity. It's a commercial for me to sell myself to make you want to come back and see me, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Hell yeah.
So it's better for everyone all around.
That's right.
And that's when I say coachable, I mean that to anybody that's going to walk through the doors of any reputable, Jesus, sorry, that's a hard word to get out sometimes. If you're going to go somewhere and learn how to wrestle, you need to be coachable. If you're just going to try to succeed in life,
so you're a Kentucky indie fan of wrestling too. What organizations you like?
As far as like right now,
going on, you was obviously at UCW. You like those guys down there.
Yeah. I rode down to see Spade. I go to Grindhouse.
Grindhouse is pretty regular.
Love
Grindhouse
in the last few months. Paradigm Pro Wrestling.
Paradigm's great.
Man, I'll tell you the truth. If I'm free, if I'm available, and someone says, "Hey, there's wrestling at blah blah blah," dope, let's go because I like wrestling.
Yeah. Have you been down to Appalachian Mountain Wrestling yet?
I haven't had a chance to yet. No,
they have a show on Netflix called was it Showdown?
Yep, not Netflix, YouTube.
YouTube, that's what I'm at.
Showdown series episode 1
Showdown
and 2.
series. They're doing some really good stuff down there.
Hell
you get a chance to go down there and watch those guys, and then
you got to check.
We
them
work
out.
with those guys a lot,
sure.
and they're awesome. Kyle Maggard and Stan Sierra and Marty Clay, Zodiac, and
I love
Misery.
me some Zodi.
Yes, our first.
He was our first champion.
Oh, hell yeah. No, Zodi's good people, man.
And Adrian Alexander, which they have in Danville, Elite Wrestling Alliance is a great place too. And they
actually got a show going up this Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Kentucky.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Pikeville this weekend.
Marty Clay and Icon Lee are having a match
for our title.
For our title.
Really?
So yes.
Well, hell yeah, man.
And I'm rooting for Marty Clay.
My thing is, like, rarely do you see me working for anyone outside of OVW or GLCW anymore. Unless it's something like I really want to do, or like my New Mexico rip that I go on every single year with the guys. Like, I'm at a point now where, as far as me working, I either have to be really interested or you have to pay me a decent price. But what I like to do is go to these, like, any show that I can, because either I always know somebody or I get to see somebody like Chris Crow.
Yeah, Chris Crow's
I
amazing.
met Chris Crow, I think it was before COVID.
Yeah. Well,
at a random wrestling show in Tennessee, and was like, we worked with him.
Yeah.
In an LOB match, it's like, dude, you're awesome. I'd love to see you in OVW sometime.
Exactly.
Like, 5 years later, he walks through the door.
That's great that you OVW guys, because like maybe 2 years ago, like OVW and these indie wrestling, like nobody was talking to each other. They wasn't like you wouldn't see an OVW guy and things have changed, and that's great because I love it,
but it hasn't.
Well, I mean,
because like here's the reason why I say that.
Yeah.
Every time that we're on TV, it's a commercial for us to sell ourselves.
Exactly.
Right? But there has to be something behind that. So when you've got someone like Al that's willing to invest time and money, because every 30 seconds of TV is like 10 grand, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at it from that perspective, if he's taking that time to promote us, to put us out, and then I go 5 minutes down the street and work at some other company, Well, now they're benefiting from all the stuff that he did.
Not even work there though. Just be there.
Be there in the locker room and all that. Okay, yeah. So
just like
communicate
with each other.
I
You know what I'm saying?
I misunderstood.
No, just
what you
be
were
like
saying.
because OVW was like. Just a few years ago, it was like the Indies were like OVW. They think they're better than us and this and that.
Yeah,
and you guys are starting to come around now, and I see you guys at some of these shows and the smaller shows and stuff. And I'm like, this is great because like they all should work together. It's kind of like WWE working with TNA.
No,
you know what I'm saying? It's like that. The whole thing is like because down there on those levels, there's guys like Marty Clay. There's guys like Chris Crow. There's all these other guys that need a shot maybe at OVW, and OVW can bring these guys in to
elevate them.
Yeah, well, and that's like I've said in the past. Like, there's no. I think you're right. Like it has been more the last few years that some of the guys have been getting out because there's been a major changing of the guard as far as a shift in thought processes.
Yeah, it's changed,
and it's for the better. I feel.
Yeah.
And it's very much. I want to get out there and see what's out there because if I have that opportunity, not only do I have the ability to possibly come back later and go. Oh yeah, no, that guy I worked with him, or I met him. He was really cool, really polite. Let's see what he's got or whatever.
That's right.
But I also get the chance to meet
it's
fans that I don't really know.
It's like AEW. It's like AEW inviting OVW guys up.
Yeah,
it's like the same. I want to see the same steps because that's the way the steps should come. Like Elite Wrestling Alliance, OVW, AEW, whatever, steps and then steps back down. It's like, everybody sees each other on the way up and he.
Yeah, the toes you step on the way up are connected to the ass you kiss on the way down.
Yeah, it's like.
Cameron Forth said,
"Hey, Cam.
Josh Ashcraft is a gem to this business. Love and miss seeing you, brother." And DJ Easy said, "Sup, good brothers?" And that guy named Josh Ashcraft. Love you, buddy.
I love you guys too.
And then he continued with, I am very proud of how far Josh has gone and still has to go. From wrestling fan, king of selling merch, sound guy, referee, manager, and now commentary. Is that correct, Josh? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We've been on there, 2 hours? We've been on there 2 hours.
Look, OVW's legend and Hall of Famer said, this is Dustin. For anybody that don't know, I've been coming to Ohio Valley Wrestling since 1999. I've been trying to get you to accept my friend request to Josh, one of my buddies.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you, homie. I got you.
You got a friend request sitting there. You're like, no, I don't want that guy.
No, so here's the problem. I actually got locked out of my Facebook account on like 3 separate occasions. So I had to make new ones.
Terrible.
But then the problem with it was when I would go, like I got back into my primary.
Yeah.
Once I got back into my primary, I had so many friend requests stacked.
Yeah.
That like it relapsed. No, it didn't relapse. It like reset itself.
Yeah.
So it started deleting requests, and I pulled my phone up today for some reason. Hi Vito, I don't know if you're watching, but I appreciate it. Big Vito added me today randomly.
Hell yeah!
I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's dope as shit.
Hell yeah.
Like Jerry Lynn randomly follows me on Twitter. Okay.
Hell yeah!
But like I got one today, and I went to. That's what it was. It was like Big Vito sent you a friend request, so I hit my friend request. It showed that one from like 4 minutes ago. The one directly beneath it was from 8 years ago.
Oh god!
From an obvious bot account.
Wow.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
Like even my Facebook feed nowadays, like it pisses me off. I'll see something like, oh, I want to go to the show, and oh, that was posted like a week ago, and I'm just seeing it today.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
Thanks. God forbid you show me shit in a timely manner.
That's right. Yeah. You know what? Jay Smith, me, a.k.a. James Kenny, has a show coming up, Bullpen, May 11th. It's going to be in New Albany, Indiana.
Yeah, New Albany, it's...
May the 11th, yeah.
That's what for Our Lady Perpetual Hops. I think, usually.
That's a great place. We've seen Paradigm there. Paradigm does there.
OVW ran that building a few times. I liked it. It was a pretty decent little spot.
We had a great time. We went up there and watched Paradigm.
We
had a great time. Met those guys and seen a lot of...
Love Paradigm.
Here's a fun fact for you. I was one of, if not the first or second person signed to Paradigm Pro Wrestling back in the day when it was still Prodigy Pro Wrestling.
Nice.
Cool.
I knew James Duncan KJ from KJ Designs is a very good friend of mine, and he pitched the idea to me that he was going to start doing something. I was like, yeah, I'm in. Like, I'll do whatever. And actually, believe it or not, the name Paradigm came from me.
Oh,
when
cool.
they couldn't use Prodigy anymore, we were standing around a laptop table at the day job, and I was like, he's, well, I want to keep the letters. I'm like, okay, here's 3. Here's this, and here's this. Which one do you like? He's like, Paradigm sounds pretty cool. I'm like, yeah.
He didn't like that you said pussy, did he?
Well,
wait.
Pussy Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I think it was Pimptastic I threw out there, like Pimptastic Pro.
Oh my
Pro
God,
Wrestling.
that's right.
I will not be shocked if I see that pop up at some point.
And before you went to mention the 4th one, he's like, no, that's good. I'm going to choose Paradigm. Sorry.
PTP, Pimptastic Pro, baby.
Fantastic.
That's right.
Pussycat Wrestling.
Hey man, I've seen weirder stuff.
That's
But you
true.
know, some of these comments and some of these other things, you know, that people have said, I'm humbled by the praise and I appreciate it. You know, I have done a lot, but there's a lot more to go. And speaking of a lot more to go, I hear that we have other people that we are missing this evening. We're missing Sean and Calamity Jane. So
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to come back on again, guys.
Exactly.
We're going to do a part
Yeah, you
2.
will.
What do you say?
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
part 2. That will definitely be something that I'm going to set aside future.
Hey, and
this
if you want
time,
to come
Calamity,
by and if you want to come back and host the show sometime,
Yeah, I'd love to.
come and bring you a guest and
Sure.
do a show, man. Bring a couple people.
Yeah, man. Maybe I'll make that happen. We'll see what we can do.
We
Heck
always
yeah.
try to let we don't mind moving over and letting somebody host a show. We don't.
Hey, I'd be down with that. You know, I tell you what, maybe I've got
Find you a guest and come back.
I've actually got
That's
I already
right.
got a couple irons in the fire, and maybe I'm thinking I can take these 2 irons, smack them together, and make something pretty.
Yeah,
badass
That'd
out
be
of
incredible. Let
It.
us
I'll talk to you
know.
about that off screen.
You know what?
Yeah, let us know.
We've been on here 2 hours, guys.
Hey,
And
tell us about what's coming up on OVW. You
Yes.
got a big show coming, right?
Yep. So this Thursday night, we will find out who will be the final competitors in the Fatal 4-Way match next Thursday night, March the 27th at Davis Arena, when we determine who will be number 1 contenders for every single OVW championship, because those will be on the line. March the 29th at March Mayhem, live, 4400 Shepherd's Hill Road, Louisville, Kentucky. Now, if you go to ovwtix.com, that's ovwtix.com, and you get your seats, they are going quickly. If you're unable to get your seats, you can order the live feed from that show on
That's right.
ovwtix.com. So March 27th, it's a night of Fatal 4-Ways. March 29th is going to be March Mayhem. Every single championship in OVW will be on the line.
Wow,
That's a great thing, too. We definitely going to have to check all that out.
It's going to be a good one, y'all.
Yeah, we'll try to make it up there.
We're come to the point of the show where we all say our goodbyes.
Well, it's been an absolute blast. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Well, Josh, I appreciate you coming in, and Johnny, it was surprised that you were here. And Johnny had told me you was. I know y'all talked about it down there at UCW coming in, and I didn't know it was going to be
made it
so
happen
soon.
fast.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be soon. I really appreciate you coming because
Yeah, definitely.
we love OVW. We really are big fans, and we're big fans of all wrestling. Exactly,
That's right.
Any wrestling, even the bad wrestling, we love.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I'm appreciative of it.
Johnny.
Guys, I just want to thank everyone that's been tuning in. DJ Easy, we've been paying attention to your comments. Cameron, you're a good man, brother. We've had him on the show before, too. Rymo, thank you for commenting. Tresia, thank you for commenting. Jesse Morris, a.k.a. J-Mo, thank you for commenting. It's been a pleasure.
Loved hearing your
Because,
story.
man, that was a hell of a story.
It was a great story.
And that man was proud.
Not
I'm
just a
telling
story;
you.
it's his life.
That's right.
Yeah.
Same thing with Maximo Suave's.
Maximo's great. I love Maximo. We need to get him
But
back
guys,
in here.
yes, we do.
Amazing Maria's just
But guys-
amazing. I actually got to talk to Holly Hood.
You were
down
flirting with her. Be
Well,
honest.
I wasn't flirting
You
with
held
her.
her dog.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, she did hand me her dog. I
Well-
wasn't flirting with her. I just sat down and talked to her, and talked to her like a normal person. I'm sure she gets people flirting with her all the time. So I
You
went
were
out of
the
my
fly on
way
the wall.
not to flirt with her.
I've known that girl since she was
She's
like
such a sweetheart. She
10. I'll fight somebody.
Hey,
she gave me
guess
a
what?
shirt and said, "Hey, you're
You're
an
not the only one.
This is what made me really like her because she said, here's a shirt. You're an extra large, aren't you? I'm like, no, I'm a 2X. Look at me. She's like, no, you can get into this.
You
And I
can
was
fit
like,
into
she's
it.
like, I was like, oh, thank you so much. So she gave me a here's a shirt. And I was like, oh man, that was great. So,
But you're not the only one that's grown up with Hollywood Hey Jay.
Yeah.
Sean Johnson knew her when she was just a kid.
Oh, well, and
Yeah,
we'll have to tell us some stories. So I remember seeing her for the first time going, who the hell is this kid in the ring playing?
yeah.
Yeah. But no, man. Guys, again, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
having
so
me.
You're
I
welcome,
really appreciate
brother.
it.
And if you're not having fun,
You're not getting none.
damn Skippy. Nice Guy Andy.
Nice Guy Andy podcast.
You want to do your honors, brother? For the other ones? Cookies popping off at the mouth. I'm going to be his daddy.
That ain't what your mama said.
Those were expensive shoes, you know. That diamond was custom made.
Ooh, yeah!
What is up, guys? This is OVW's Big Whiskey, Jared Kripke. And if you are top shelf talent, then you'd be watching the Nice Guy Andy podcast.
Watch the Nice Guy Andy podcast.
Anyways, you guys go on your little rinky-dink bullshit podcast.